Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten him up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
All right. Okay, here we go. It's on the table. Do we call Barry Goodall? Do we not? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I love this guy. I had a long conversation with him last night. He's in Epcot Center.
Oh, wow.
And I said, you know, I have a tough time spending money with any of those Disney freaks these days. He said, yeah, but I got the kids. I said, I understand. You're a commie. No, it's not. No, he's not. But I understand the children, and they like...
daughters are cute.
Yeah, they're exceptionally cute. That's Goodall's Country Kitchen, a YouTube phenom. And we continue on YouTube, not a phenom, because they hate us. But on rumble.com, check us out. Punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, or simply kamalato.us. You'll find us. It'll go directly to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube.
And tampontim.us.
Yeah, and Tampon Tim as
YouTube
well.
sincerely does hate us.
Oh, they do. They do, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we'll build up subscriber
it
base,
happen.
and then they remove it.
Yeah, I see
oh,
it
yeah.
happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, those are the cards that we're dealt, and we're going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what? We just quit? We don't quit.
No, you play the game.
We don't. You bet your ass we do, you Italian man who begged off the show earlier, but he's here.
He's back.
What happened? I thought it was the heat, man. I thought
No,
it
it wasn't the heat.
Really?
Oh, may have been the heat at home, but it wasn't the heat in the sky.
So you got into a little tiffaroo?
No, it's the...
The thing, and it's nothing that anyone would be interested in. Well, good. That'll fit right into the show. Hi, Matt and the gang. Oh man, do I love this lovely lady's timing. Beth Champagne. Yeah, from beautiful Wausau, Wisconsin. I was thinking about it on the day that this package arrived. I needed some protein before I came in here, and I did some voice work. And boom, I just happened to look outside. There it is. I caught it in the nick of time. 100-degree weather, so it was only sitting out there for a couple minutes.
That's cool, man.
And a box of sausage and cheese, including but not limited to those incredible sausage sticks They're called Bloody Mary sausage sticks, and you use them to stir your Bloody Marys, and they are tasty beyond belief. I haven't had there is not a food product from Wisconsin that doesn't taste incredibly great.
I'd love to try one.
And then she also sent some venison sticks.
Yeah, and I stay
They're
away.
almost gone.
I stay away from the vet. Really? Are you feeding? Have you fed the dog? You fed the dog some of those, didn't you?
I give them pieces, but no, believe me, I enjoy them, and I have like 2 left.
Are those new sunglasses?
Yeah, they are. Oh, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Right after sunglasses.
So what is special about these that Tony and Beth sent over 2 pairs of these?
Well, they understood on one of our shows, somebody said, "Why is Marty not wearing his sunglasses anymore?"
Right.
I said, "I lost them. This bar eats things up."
I hate to give you any compliment, but those look really good.
She said, I included a couple of pairs of sunglasses for Marty, and I even have a strap so he won't lose them this time.
But are they special? Are they some sort of Trump glasses or something?
No, man. They're just.
Well, they're very cool, and thank
you so much for
Are they
thinking
like the
about me.
X-ray sunglasses from the comic books like when we were kids?
Yeah.
Boy, you're not.
Let's see.
funny
Look at
today.
Mark and see what happens.
Which, those took me 2.5 months when I ordered them from the Johnson Smith catalog.
Squinting into those things.
I would check that mailbox every friggin' day as a kid. I kid you not. Because it took, I think at Johnson Smith, they waited until they received X number of orders, and then they would buy the products and send them. So if those cost $1, and they did at the time, how much do you think it cost them? Like 10 cents or something?
Not even 1 cent.
Yeah, probably built in China.
Did you take him to like a mall or something to try them out?
No, they're very cool. I mean, you can't see through a gal's clothing, unfortunately, but it gives
Sure
you
as
the
hell try.
Yeah, it gives you the illusion. Oh, I tried every which
You're
way.
squinting. You're doing sideways
Oh, hell
stuff.
yeah.
It's like, come on, man, work.
Yeah, I was just getting to that age, man. It's like, oh,
Those are the seahorses.
I gotta see a little punani for God's sakes. So Tony and Beth and was said you're doing a great job there trying to educate these people that are dumb Democrats to vote for Trump. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a mission. It's tough. If you don't know by now, though, you'll never, ever, ever know. No, you won't. I sort of think that. Ralph Odierna, who in the hell would be on the fence right now?
There's nobody on the fence. That's why the debates did not move the needle.
No,
everybody's locked in.
Yeah. This thing. And by the way, was there a hurricane? Boy, you certainly wouldn't know.
My buddy was right in the middle of it. He lives in.
Well, watch the media. Watch your local news. Nothing about this damn thing.
Did Kamala Harris's husband smack his girlfriend at con? You can't find that on YouTube.
Can't find that anywhere. What is that? And by the way, it's simply his husband. So does that say anything about Kamala Toe?
Well, she says believe the women.
Yeah, she does. So I guess believe the women. Tony and Beth, we love you dearly. I love you dearly, and your timing was impeccable. And thank you for the beautiful
Thank you, guys.
eating stuff.
I'd love to try some.
That's what we call it here. I heard you the first time and ignored you the first time, Tattoo Dave.
Now you're not ignoring me.
Okay.
Feeling a little left out here.
I met my daughter's fiancé, Doug.
Oh, yeah.
And that was last Sunday. And Tattoo Dave, our producer, came along for the ride.
I got a
great.
phone call from Tattoo Dave saying y'all was showing up at the State Social House. Never did.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I wasn't going to make it. Do you know now? Yeah, I thought Hollywood and parking and oh god.
Well, just Hollywood in general.
Well, yeah, but but I know Doug, my lovely daughter's fiance, is from Ohio, so he'd probably get a. But then I thought, Sunset Blast, screw it. It's just not worth it. But I don't, and I still owe my daughter an email from last Sunday, and I almost did it, and then I didn't, and then the next day, I have to come up with just the right words because I was a little obnoxious there at the end of the evening with old Dougster.
I was too when I left. I don't know if he told you.
Oh, well, who would tell?
Doug. I don't know if he felt uncomfortable when I left.
Do you think there's a chance in hell I've talked to Doug?
No, her. I meant her. Sorry.
No, and I haven't talked to Alexandra either. That's my point. And that's my daughter, and I hope I didn't leave her a little butthurt. I believe she knows that I love her more than 1,000,000 trillion times around the earth, but the fact is she's a female, so there are those different emotions. However, she has half of those emotions from me, and then half of the, the nuttiness side. Well, that would be from my ex-wife. And of course, I'm going to say that, but I'm only saying that because it's true. Yeah, it is true. Yeah, she's a nutbag. But I like Doug. But I understand now why, when I asked Alexandra several months ago which side of the aisle old Douglas happened to be on, and she said, I don't know, we don't talk politics. And
boy.
And I said, that's a red flag, man.
That's a non-answer.
Not that you hate the guy because, and I'm hoping he's more apolitical than anything else, but he did make this statement. Oh, and Lori Downey Jr. Showed up the last venue. We went to about 4 or 5 dive bars.
What an ass kicker.
And of course, she is such a, oh God, she is a stirrer. Oh, she will cause.
Really?
Yeah, that's that's
know.
Lori Downey Jr.
She goes after me.
My former producer.
I love her though.
She will start crap like there's no tomorrow. And of course, she's sort of agreeing with, yeah, Doug, I don't know who to vote for. I just may not
She
vote.
didn't say that. Did she say that?
Oh, yeah, because she's full of crap. I mean, she knows who to vote for, and she knows who she'll vote for. But it sure as hell ain't Kamala. But if you have to ask the question, is it Kamala? Or is it, there is no question here. And if you don't...
Lori walks around with a can of gasoline.
She does, man. She's like the female version of you, Ralph.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and but so I don't know, because I love her so much, but she knows that I've never treated her with or used kid gloves on her. She knows the black and white. I never preached politics whatsoever. But she was smart enough to make the decision as a youngster that she ain't no stupid lefty woke Democrat. And to marry into someone, because I don't know, the minute they say I do, son of a bitch.
They're done.
I'm probably already out of the wedding. I'm thinking it could be. And by the way, if that's the way it is, see that? I'm already taking myself out of the wedding.
And justifying it.
Yeah, but So what did you do with Doug that was
So when I left,
nasty?
I just kind of said, hey, you better take care of this one or there's going to be problems.
Oh, that's not nasty. That's good.
I know, but it was almost better unsaid. Like, I had a feeling he knew that.
Yeah.
And I actually liked him. He was an affable guy.
And by the way, I do too. Yeah. I do. An affable fella. Yeah. But, man, there were so many...
You can't couch your feelings. He's an adult, correct?
Yes.
You can't couch your feelings. You got to be straight up. If he can't handle it, if his feelings get hurt, go home.
I agree.
I mean, son of a gun, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on. Bunch of pussified people these days.
Well,
sick of it.
Yeah,
especially the men.
Yeah, well,
yeah, a lot of them.
It's about 100 degrees out there, by the way, and
105.
Yeah, which means it's about 82 degrees here in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, and someone's gonna sweat their giner off today. I'm not saying who, but if you look around,
Marty's got shorts on.
If you look around this saloon, there's only one gal, and her name is what's her name? Danielle, the lovely Danielle. She's all tatted up. Look at you, Danielle.
Yeah.
Look at me, I am.
Yeah, and man, I had no idea because I saw a couple pictures, but. There are some Melones Grande. Huh?
I hide them well.
Yeah, no, you're not today. And
by the way, Barstow saw them.
Oh no, he didn't just see them. He got right in there.
He got a cop.
Oh, you mean
got a cop?
You mean the doggy?
Yes.
Our doggy, Barstow?
He got right in the
not the entire town.
Yeah. And isn't it funny, the timing here? It was just last week on the show I mentioned that we need some femininity in here, and I'm not simply talking about Mark C.G. Boyer. We need some real dyed-in-the-wool, non-fake femininity. And look who arrives, this lovely Danielle. And you are you Northern California or Middle California?
No, I'm actually Northern California, so Humboldt County, 4 hours
She
north
actually
of San
is.
Francisco.
Home of marijuana,
Home
man.
of marijuana and great farming.
And, and Murder Mountain.
And Murder Mountain.
Yeah, but I don't want to get into that.
Long story.
It is, right?
Movie, story, everything. Book.
Okay, so for those of you who know, you know.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I'd probably get a kick out of it.
Yeah, you would.
I probably need to watch the damn thing.
You do.
Yeah, but so my apologies, Danielle, for it being a little muy caliente here today.
No apologies necessary.
Well,
I'm
good,
fine.
because, well, I didn't really mean it.
She's got a farm, Matt.
What?
She has a farm.
So you're a farm girl?
I am.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Do you know how to milk a cow?
I do know how to milk a cow, but I do not milk mine.
Oh, you don't? You
No,
don't?
mine are beef cattle.
Yeah, but you do know how.
I do know how.
So you raise cattle for the slaughter so
For
we can
beef,
enjoy
yeah.
a great porterhouse or a ribeye?
Do you slaughter them yourself?
Yeah.
I slaughter them on my property.
What?
Unfortunately, yes.
She-
Holy crap.
Are you a-
If she's raising them for
I
beef,
know.
what do you
Yeah,
think
are
she's
you
going to do?
awesome?
with
Are you a meat eater? You're a meat eater.
I'm a
ass-
meat eater now.
yeah.
When I left Humboldt County for 30 plus years, I stopped eating meat, but now that I'm back, I eat my cattle.
What is it? I find that many females go through this phase. And they will do this non-meat thing, and I wonder, is it a political thing, or you got up close to a cow and you saw that sweet little face? I mean, what was it? Why did you beg off meat for a while?
Okay, so I'm going to say that you are correct in your assessment of most female.
Mm-hmm.
I left after being born and raised there, 7 generations there, and we only ever ate meat off our farm.
Okay.
So when I got to San Diego, the
Yeah.
meat looked awful, it smelled awful,
So you
and
got
I
sick
could
of it.
not eat it.
And hence the
So I
city,
stopped
San
eating it.
Diego.
Hence
Yeah.
the city of San Diego.
Unless you go to Eddie V's in La Jolla, it's a great steak.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I've gone on record too many times, but not a fan of San Diego. And
Oh, I like it.
You know,
I lived there for a while.
and
I'm not either.
they meaning them, they say, well, it's like Seattle with great weather.
No.
Another reason not to like it.
Wow.
But it's not as left as Seattle. I mean, that's a tough putt. But and a lot of military. I love the military, and I love our soldiers.
Top Gun,
But
baby.
I'll tell you what, it is perhaps the most boring town in the
Sure is.
history of cities in the United States.
It's a village.
Yeah, well, it takes a village, and it's called San Diego, and San Diego does not need to exist, and neither does Philadelphia.
No.
How about that?
Well, for opposite reasons.
Yeah,
Well,
unless
yeah.
you're-
I mean, it's crappy weather, but it's the problem with Philadelphia. And thank you for asking. Is they have this chip on their shoulder about New York City, and that New York receives all the acclaim. There's a reason for that.
Or better.
Because New York is a great city. You know, wide streets. There are some narrow, scary streets in Philadelphia. I had a feasible time there, even though after I finished my morning show on a Friday, I'd be on that plane so quick it'd make your head spin back to L.A., only for the weekend to come back on Sunday. I'd be at the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California, Friday night at 7 o'clock. Every friggin' Friday. And yeah, it took its toll. But Friday was great. Saturday was sort of a bitch because Saturday night, you got to go back to Philadelphia the next day. And now this town sucks. But, the Magic Castle is still one of those bastions of great old bar. It's like the Cheers bar, or at least it used to be.
You shoot him in the head with a shotgun? How do you do it? No, I just sitting there thinking about
Yeah,
it.
how do you annihilate the cattle?
Yeah, so it's just one shot from a 22.
Oh,
22
Yeah,
rounds.
and you just take
It
them out
rattles
quick.
around.
Well,
And-
I
It
know what
doesn't,
I
they
know what a
drop.
22 round
and
is.
Danielle, you're saying you do that?
So I will not personally
No.
shoot it.
She's a murderer.
Technically, yes, I am a murderer, but I don't shoot my own cattle.
Okay, yeah, but you just give the directives.
I give the directions.
So you're
yeah.
like the Charlie Manson in the family.
Yes, technically I am, and everybody follows me around the farm to just wait on my next word.
She
Right.
names them,
Except
plays
the
with
cattle,
them.
they don't follow you
Oh,
around.
they follow me too, because they're
Yeah. She names them, she plays with them, and then they die.
I do.
Yeah,
This is all true.
obviously I'm a meat eater. I love a great steak, but the one cow product that I won't eat, and this goes back to my childhood, and it's purely psychological,
Tongue.
is veal.
Oh.
I won't eat because I know how they're raised. They're poor little baby calves. See, that's the feminine side of me coming out. And
It's funny. Maybe I got that from you because I won't eat veal either.
But that's because and maybe you don't remember this. Mom served us a beef product one day. One day. After we ate it, and it's like, wait, Mom, is that a good mom who makes this following statement? She said, yeah, that's veal. That's a young cow. And it's like a baby cow. I just ate a baby cow. And since then, I have stayed away from veal. Although, I am the first to eat foie gras. So I guess I care more about the cows than I do geese. You know?
Matt, my grandmother took me to a poultry market when I was 6 because we were getting a chicken.
Oh, yeah.
And then she told me to pick out a chicken. I thought I was getting a pet.
Oh,
and then I picked out the chicken I liked, and all of a sudden the guy grabbed it and cut its head off.
Wham!
And I was... Well, I still
Welcome to the world, Ralphie.
No kidding.
I got a similar one when I was in Spain.
Yeah.
We had family there. I lived there for a couple of years. My dad was doing his doctorate, and we stayed on the ranches of family. We were always on the ranches, and I fell in love with this baby cow that I used to play with. And one night we had dinner, and Mom said, "Have you seen?" I forget the name of the cow lately. And
Right.
it was the baby cow. It was veal that we had, and I was just devastated.
No, wait a second. She asked you that during dinner?
No. It was after.
Okay.
Would have been better during.
That's what?
Yeah, she had a little bit of common sense.
So many nasty broads out there,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
I'll
women
tell
are
you.
vicious.
Yeah.
We really are.
You got that right.
What else do you have on your farm?
You just ate him.
Goats, lamb,
Yeah.
dogs,
Hey,
cats.
Mart, when you have your own show, you can do the interview. All right? Just keep that in mind. And that may start next week. Who the hell knows? He'll have more
I don't
viewers
wanna
than I do
friggin-
on
I would
YouTube.
not want your job, dude.
No, it's not, dude. It's not.
That's how I talk. That's
Listen,
pretty much
bruh.
vernacular.
Listen, bruh. I'm with you, bruh. Trump has taken another shot at it in Butler, PA today, as we're speaking. And this guy they're of steel. They really are. And Elon Musk, I understand, is there today. And another guy who it's like, you know, what the hell? I'm already a billionaire. I've lived my life. If I get a little something to the noggin, I love that Elon Musk. And the family of Corey, is it Compian? You're an Italian, so I have a tough time, and I don't want to butcher the name, but it's a comparator, I believe.
And it is comparatore.
Yeah, and among guests at Trump's second Butler rally, but yeah, the old SpaceX guy is there, man. He's a good fella.
You know what's interesting is Elon has a very robust security team.
You bet.
And that with the Secret Service that sucks.
Yeah. But don't you think that Trump has built up his own personal security as well?
Yeah, absolutely has.
My God. And to go back to that, I mean,
Cojones.
oh my God, this guy. But no, he'd be a bad president, even though he was a great president for 4 years. And you have these dimwits in there, and the fact that you haven't. I don't believe I'm talking to anyone that hasn't made up their mind. And sometimes it to be 100% honest, which I always am. I feel as though I'm in an echo chamber because the only people I touch are those that agree with us. And I just wish that there was some way, and for those of you watching and or listening to us on the greatest radio stations throughout the nation, if you could touch those people and get into their heads and ask them to not vote for this piece of crap simply because you hate Trump. Because what you're doing is you're telling us you hate America. You simply hate America. Fine, hate Trump. Don't hate America. You can't vote for Kamalato. It's the wrong thing to do.
And also, I heard there's bulletproof glass in front of him this time.
Yeah. Oh, is there some sort of a
Yeah.
Because as you're listening and watching us on YouTube and on Rumble, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, this is the day of, and some of the radio stations that carry us, it'll be a week later. Hopefully, there's no bad news. Hopefully, it went along great. But you know what's coming down here with the victims of Hurricane Helene? A woman I almost married. A little Houston, Texas gal, Helene Pena, and I was this close. I called it off on the night of the rehearsal while everyone flew in to.
Grandma was not happy.
Houston, no, a lot of unhappy folks.
Did you still have to pay the priest?
Yeah, I paid for the entire thing, and we had the shindig the next day, and we even went on our honeymoon. No, I love her dearly, man. To this day, she is probably top notch. One of the at least top two chicks in my life. Did Matt say chick? Man, he must be a caveman. Yeah, a little bit.
Did she ever get over you and get married?
What? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, we're not going yet. Yes, she did, and she married a record pig. That's what we called those that promoted records in the radio business back in the day. Turns out to be, in my estimation, a really great guy. lives in Dallas, Texas, so they're still in Texas. I don't know what his political affliction is. He's most likely conservative. I know Helene is conservative. And most of the gals in my life, as a matter of fact, if not all of them, are conservative gals. I could, especially today, man, there's no way. I mean, maybe for a night of a little hoo-how, but aside from that, man, it rubs me the wrong way. The fact that you're too stupid to know that these cretins are ruining the United States of America, it sort of gets under my skin. All right, this, my friends, is one of those big shows that your kids have been talking throughout the neighborhood. This is the big one that you've been waiting for. That's sort of your clue now to hit the music. Yeah, that was...
This is his first day, Matt.
You're going by your clock. I'm going by mine, and I'm right, and you're wrong.
Okay. You try editing the show one day, and we'll figure out who's right and wrong. All right, when we return, Metallica donates a bunch of money to Hurricane Helene, and not to be outdone, Dolly Parton is getting in the mix. Love that. I've always loved her. She is a broad. And you know I mean that in the greatest way possible. A lot to get to next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Thank you for being there.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up. Present has no ribbon.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio. The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion. Magic Matt Allen.
Oh, it is a hot one. It's hot. I am sweating like a substitute teacher in South Central. It is it is muy caliente. Welcome back to it, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and the finest radio stations throughout the nation. Thank you for being there. You can find us rather easily by punching in kamalato.us or what's the other one there, Ralph?
The Tampon Tim.
TamponTim.us. We'll get you there. Why? Because we're like 16 years old. Yeah, we're punks.
Can Zsa Zsa's legs still get them there?
I don't know if that's hooked up. I did try. By the way, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I own IHateNewsome.com.
Wow.
And I punched that in and it goes nowhere. But I do own it. And if you'd like to purchase it, it's up for sale.
How about the Britney Spears one, the Britney one?
You ask me that every time we talk about this. I told you I got rid of that one.
Oh, I didn't. Why?
Yeah, no, because I just know it's worth nothing. Yeah, and on occasion I will use a double negative, only because I hang out with our Marine buddy, Billy Dilly, who's the king of double negatives. Hey, Metallica donated $100,000 to help victims of Hurricane Helene, and that's more than it appears Majorca's doing. That guy is a friggin' loser, man.
He's busy.
Busy doing what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, he's a graduate of the same high school as Tattoo Dave.
Oh, is that? Oh, Beverly Hills? Beverly Hills High, huh?
Yep.
My daughter, a graduate of Beverly Hills High.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. All the great ones. Well, with the exception of Majorca. However, not to be outdone, putting her moolah where her Maloney's are, Dolly Parton says, I'm donating $1 million to Hurricane Helene relief efforts. Always a great gal. Always love this gal.
And Dolly World matched it.
Is what?
Her park.
Oh, is that so? Personally,
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, country music legend Dolly Parton announced that she was donating $1 million to go toward helping people who've been affected by Hurricane Helene. And P.S. Not only affecting people, but could affect the election. It very well could. You know, is that what's going to happen here? Is that are we going to be saying 4 days? It's probably going to take a long time to count. So. 2 months after the election, we're going to saying if but for the hurricane we would have won. Please don't let that happen. And man, I'm not in your situation. I sure as hell don't know what it's like to be in a devastating hurricane when the last thing on your mind is voting.
Let me tell you how nefarious the Democrat Party is.
Ralph?
When the longshoremen on the East Coast went on strike, when have you ever seen a strike and then all of a sudden the legacy media comes out how much the guy earns, his house, his cars, his connections. They completely whacked him at the knees.
And then no sooner than later they came to a tentative agreement.
And why? Yeah. It's all political. It's all because of the election, period. 100%, no more, no less. If this thing happened, and it'll start right after the election. It'll start again. But yeah, this is all politically motivated.
And why is FEMA out of money? What happened there?
Well, let's see. How many are we taking care of in Ohio right now? You know, they're eating the dogs and the cats.
9,000 per illegal alien.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So FEMA's out of money. Why?
Yeah,
you know why.
And so, as a United States of America American, can't you do the math and take a look at that? And are we in deep ass or what? And P.S. I believe that's a lie. All the money we send over there
to Ukraine
to fight Russia, all the billions of dollars, but we can't take care of victims in our own hometown here in the United States because we ran out of effing money. But there's no downside for Kamala on this. There's no downside because it's all red. It's all red.
Well, has she answered any questions on it?
She doesn't answer questions.
Exactly.
She doesn't have to. And who's donating to the Jews? Well, not Roger Waters of Pink Floyd.
Oh my God!
Is there? I know. What's up with that, Mark C.G. Boyer, my bagel biting buddy?
Like us.
He doesn't like it. Why does he?
What's his trip, man?
I don't know. He did a song, "Money, Money, Money." I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's the root of all evil?
This the root of all evil is the lack of money. That's the honest to God truth.
Well, guess what? He's not a lack of money now.
Yeah, well,
they just sold their catalog for $400 million.
Devalued by $100 million because of Roger Waters' hatred for the Jews. Devalued. How do you think the rest of Pink? Of course, how many Pink Floyds are there? There's two guys, right? Yeah. It's Roger Waters and the other dude.
Pretty much, man.
I can never think of his name. Danielle, what's the other dude's name? Are you a Pink Floyd aficionado?
I am not a Pink Floyd fan.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan.
The entire catalog, devaluation of $100 million because Roger Waters outbursts against Israel.
Gilmore.
David Gilmore.
Oh,
yeah. I hung out with David Gilmore, not to be a name dropper, but on occasion, if it's true, I'll tell you. David Gilmore and the dude from Foreigner that I guess Mark went to see.
Cool guy, great performance. He's done now, but
does he have a name?
Yes, he does.
I don't know why I can't think of his name either.
Graham.
Lou Graham.
Yeah, Lou Graham.
Yeah.
But it was at remember when they didn't call it WWE, but it was
WWF.
It was at Madison Square Garden, and it was backstage. Cool dudes, man. I mean, really cool dudes. Now, if I was speaking to Roger Waters, I wouldn't have known. I would have said, I'm a Jew, just to see.
Just to test the waters.
But
Shalom.
He's a Brit, right?
Say
The
shalom
Brits
when
are
you shake
historically anti-Semites.
Yeah, but to be have this legacy of a frontman of one of the biggest rock and roll bands of all time, and to be this outspoken. And P.S. What's wrong with you Brits? Why do you hate the Jews? Don't answer that. As Kip Addotta, I miss him. My comedian friend Kip Addotta used to say, "Don't you miss the great old days when everyone loved the Jews?" Bruce Springsteen, speaking of a Jewish name, but the dude is not a Jew. You didn't know that, did you, Ralph?
No, I thought he was.
And you should know that growing up on the East Coast.
Well, he's from Jersey.
Right across the river. From Bruce Springsteen endorses Kamala Harris. So, not a Jew and dumb as a mud fence. Dumb as a mud fence.
By the way, it's easy if you're rich to endorse Kamala Harris.
Of course it is.
You don't care about illegal immigrants, crime, drugs.
By the way, Bruce
inflation.
Springsteen is the most boring music on the planet.
Hey, man, I
just can't.
We were talking about the gal I almost married, Helene Pena. She dragged me to some really cool concerts that I have no interest. I really don't, unless I'm on stage, and I brought on many a performer, not one to boast. But unless I'm there doing my gig, I just don't like the hassle. You got to park and you got to do this. Now, if I'm on stage, then it's a limo, and then I go in and I do my thing. And if it's a band I really like, which is rare, I will hang out. Like McCartney, he was great. Foreigner was awesome.
Best. Scorpions was a fun show.
Oh, Scorpions, but that was a limo again.
Well,
and
we had everything.
Yeah, even though I didn't bring them on. Yes.
Aja Gugu.
I'm like that coddled punk in show business who is used, but I don't bitch about it. I just don't go. I just don't go to the concerts. But this was one that she dragged me to. 4.5 stinking hours later of bad storytelling and songs I couldn't stand. It was right when Dancing in the Dark was out. So there was one. I liked the video because I liked that little gal that eventually got the gig on
Courtney
Friends.
Cox.
Yeah, I mean, that was okay. But man, hey, please, little baby, gonna stand no. Will you jump from a fence onto my face? Oh, I sort of like that. Why? Because it's only 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
That's what the best song he ever did was the first hit he ever had, and
was that Darkness on the Edge of Town?
No, I can sort of relate to this. Don't peak young.
Okay.
Oh, it's a blessing and a curse, my friends. It is. It's a son of a bitch. Yeah.
You sure know this Born in the USA.
Age is my kryptonite, my friends. It's Born to Run. That is one of the greatest.
Baby, we were born to run.
Okay.
Nicely done there, Dave. Yeah, that's the song.
Keep your day job.
I'm not singing for a living.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm not even producing for a living.
By the way, Tattoo Dave, I've heard him sing. He's not a bad singer. Bruce Springsteen.
No, he is a bad singer. I've heard him.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. My opinion is he's not a bad singer.
Okay.
So where do we go with that?
Yeah, hook up karaoke.
We go with Marty is wrong.
Okay. Springsteen endorses Kamala Harris. Trump is the most dangerous candidate in my lifetime. That's Bruce effing Springsteen. What a big dummy, worth $1 gazillion. Oh, yeah, endorsed old Kamala, referring to former president as the most dangerous candidate in his lifetime. Springsteen, whose net worth is an estimated $1.2 billion.
Oh, my goodness.
Recorded his Harris endorsement wearing a flannel shirt and sitting in a diner. Because, that's what Bruce does.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah, he
wears flannel shirts and sits in diners.
Yeah. He's a big biscuits and gravy fan. Yeah, that's
on in the USA.
And by the way, you don't have to have a great voice to be a great talent like Bruce Springsteen, do you? No. And Megyn Kelly rips Kamala Harris for partying with Hollywood stars following Hurricane Helene. I was ripping Kamala for this because we are in that town of Los Angeles where this was happening. And, I love to talk about the fallout, but when you have the media working for the Democrats, how much fallout is there? We need, if the media weren't on these despicable a-holes side, everything would be different. And I'm going to get to polls in just a moment, too. And this is important. Why? Because it's coming from me. The fallout, supposed, from Kamala Harris' botched response to Hurricane Helene, and I read this, and they say it's growing, but it's not to the point where the left woke idiot sticks really understand this. but she was partying down, man. She was eating duck l'orange. She was eating the most spectacular food with Hollywood celebrities while these people were dying and can barely stay afloat. And what are we up to now? 300 dead? I mean, this is nasty. And that's the chick you want in there?
Yeah.
First of all, a female for president, by and large, a bad idea.
Yep.
Period. A bad idea.
Agree.
Yeah, I know, Danielle, and I knew
had a
you'd
feeling
agree.
you would too.
I knew you'd agree because I can tell you're a smart effing broad. You know how emotional and unhinged females can be.
Agreed.
And you can say the same thing. Well, Donald Trump, boy, he's unhinged, and yes, is the guy an egomaniac? 100%. But in order to want to be president, don't you have to have a little ego?
A little bit.
Right? Just a little taste of ego there?
And you got to be a little bit crazy.
Just a little. No, and you're right. And a little crazy is what keeps these a-holes with nuclear bombs on their toes
Yes, sir.
across the world.
Yes.
They said the same thing about Reagan. You know, who is that cowboy? He's a little
Who's
bit,
that movie actor?
You want to worry that he's a little bit friggin' nuts. And this flip-flopping of Mayorkas, man, it was 3 months ago. He said FEMA, and I quote, is tremendously prepared for hurricane season. 3 months ago.
Huh.
But none of this ever sticks on them because the media doesn't report the truth. Yeah, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, he said this in July, that FEMA was tremendously prepared for hurricane season. And of course, slow walking the aid to hurricane-ravaged red America. It's all upside for Kamala. You don't think these are the same people that are capable of leaving a bunch of people they see as deplorable, ignorant, gun and Bible clinging redneck hillbillies without power for a few weeks? You don't think that they're ignoring them because it may increase the odds of winning a swing state, do you? You don't think they would be that callous and that cold, do you?
I just think they're that stupid. The Secretary of State said on October 4th of last year, the Mideast has never been at peace like it is today. 3 days later, Hamas entered into Israel and started slaughtering, raping, and beheading babies.
Now, what does that have to do with the red state?
I don't know.
No, my point is the
Yes.
media gives them a pass.
Of course they give them a pass. But not only that, it's much more than a pass, man. It's much more than glossing over. They make things up.
It's an invitation.
So, Matt, that really quickly, that Helene storm, my buddy, well, you've known him too all your life. He sells his property in Montana, moves to Florida.
Yeah.
He's right in where the eye of the storm
But
is going to come in.
He'd only been there for about a week.
Oh, yeah, that's it, man.
Is that Mark?
Boom, welcome. Yeah.
And he's in the eye of the friggin' tire.
Welcome
He lives about an hour from Jacksonville.
Yeah, but he's up on the hill, though. He's up on top. So all the stuff runs.
And as I said, there are hills in Florida. Where the hell are those?
He's got 5.
Let's go to break, Dave. Yeah. Come on, man. Here we go.
He fared pretty well.
Yeah, and by the way, this is exactly when it happened. And you're on the phone with Mark, his childhood friend.
Yep.
And he said, no, I fared well. So I thought that Helene was nothing. It was just turned into a tropical storm because I didn't see anything on the news about it.
Man, it was a Category 4 when it hit.
It's huge, massiveness.
Yeah.
But of course, are you going to hear about it?
No.
No, you will. Because you folks who watch us, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and on Rumble and the finest stations, you're sort of up to date with the truth. Oh, I just wish I weren't speaking to myself sometimes. We'll be this after back.
Forget the roofs and the ceilings. Baby, let's go to party. Get rolling and feeling. Baby, let's go to party. I'm catching looks to deliver. Throwing my head to the skies. The way you move sends shivers, making the earth sing.
Like a drunk brother with bad breath who's funny sometimes and other times you have no idea what he's talking about. Like a Facebook friend with a real bad attitude. Like that movie that you never wanted to see, but it's the only thing on. This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Politico's headline says the quiet part out loud about how Dems feel about Hurricane Helene. We'll get to that next hour. Joe Biden. I'm starting to love that old bastard.
Oh,
He again ties Kamala Harris to failed policies. I just, does Biden want Kamala to win? I can't imagine he does.
He doesn't know what he wants.
He doesn't.
I don't think he does.
What does Jill want?
Yeah, Joe Biden called Kamala a major player in everything we've done. I love that part.
And by the way, he said everybody in Nashville, North Carolina was very happy
Yeah.
when they were talking about the FEMA relief. He goes, no. He goes, they get what they want, and everybody there is very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What day is it there, Joe? Yeah,
Exactly. You know what's interesting, Matt? And
Yeah.
you were on air back then. When hurricane, I forget the hurricane that hit New Orleans.
Oh, you're telling that was Katrina.
Katrina.
Yeah, that was the son of a
took
bitch.
George Bush 2 days to get to New Orleans.
And they ripped
him
a new one, man.
And it's been a week?
Yeah, ripped him a new one. Yeah, the media, they've been playing politics and on the left forever. Some good news. Toyota, it appears, has ditched the woke corporate policies.
Yes.
Slowly but surely. Do you see this? That the tide, it seems to me the tide is sort of changing here. The wind is blowing in the opposite direction. They announced just a couple days ago it'll no longer sponsor. And by the way, they're not afraid of backlash on this. Toyota will no longer sponsor LGBTQ, EIEIO, and on this farm there was an LGBTQO.
I love those guys for doing that.
But they won't sponsor the parades and events, and will no longer make efforts to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Give it up for yourself.
How do they make a statement like that and not receive massive backlash? I love them for it. And P.S. They make a fine automobile. I've had 3 of them.
Yeah.
San Jose State has a transgender on their volleyball team.
Yep.
Their last 3 games against Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota, the other teams refused to play them.
Good. See, it's time. It's just stop this already. That's a dude. Shouldn't be playing against females.
Right, that's correct.
Is that boy? What a nutty concept that is. So no dudes in female sports. I know. I'm nuts, man.
Unless you want to say that the best person to play a female sport is a man.
Yeah, okay.
Which we don't want to say.
Right. It's a female sport, man. God love these gorgeous females. I've always been a fan. I've always put them up on a pedestal. Why?
Well, you want to look up their skirt.
Okay, that's rude. Okay, I don't know where you get that.
But is it true?
I want to get to this before we get to the next hour because I love this so much. It's decorative gourd season, my friend. And do you know what season it is? It's decorative gourd season.
That's right.
And I didn't get to play this until the last hour, last week. I just love this. Comedian Kate Mock Elliott. And imagine the gal with her gourds. And it's a short piece, but man, does this make me laugh. I hope you get a chuckle out of it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait to get my hands on some f***ing gourds and arrange them in a horn-shaped basket on my dining room table. That is gonna look so seasonal. I'm about to head up to the attic right now, find that wicker f***er, dust it off, and jam it full of an insane assortment of shellacked vegetables. When my guests come over, it's going to be like blammo. Check out my shellacked decorative vegetables, asshole. Guess what season it is? In fall. There's a nip in the air, and my house is full of mutant squash. It's decorative gourd season. Mother.
See, Danielle, you know funny. That's funny as we go to break right this second.
I've watched it 4 times. I love it. It's my favorite.
Is that not the funniest?
She does a great Christmas one, too.
Oh, she does? Oh, God, I got to find that. Oh, God.
I found that and I died, man. I was like, oh my.
Hey, Pete, my fantastic buddy in Oregon, would you look that up and send me that audio? Because I gotta hear that one. The thing is, she translates. You don't need the video. She's that good. Love that gal. All right, a lot to get to in the second hour. Third hour, even more. That's sort of the way we do things. You know, we have 40 minutes of content and we fill it up in an hour.
Don't try to explain to these people that.
All right. Well, these people?
Well,
yeah, okay. You mean those lovely people listening to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on Rumble?
Don't take it back.
On YouTube and the greatest stations in America?
You shouldn't worry, I said that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you'll get it right next
doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Our main event! Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt. But I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. Lots of fun, guys. Be back 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
What does Kamala Harris and her regime have to worry about slow walking aid to hurricane-ravaged Red America? Give me one small little increment of a downside, Ralph O'Dearna.
I can't see one.
Right.
I really can't.
I mean, but if you're a human being and you care for people, then you would think you would do the right thing. What do I say? Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And I will tell you, I would be, when she says she'll be the president, she'll be a president for all people, right? Yeah. They need to use that. They need to use that against her. But once again, who's going to hear it? I'm telling you, if we can't win this after 4 years of degradation of the United States of America, I just think all bets are off. We can't win. If we don't win this time, how is it possible for the people that love America to ever win? Explain it.
We have one big problem, and that's the evangelical Christian. It's the largest voting bloc in the United States.
And they don't vote.
And they don't vote.
And they don't vote. Well, shame on you.
Why don't they vote?
Shame on you. Why don't they vote, Ralph?
Nobody can figure it out. They just don't vote.
I just don't get it. They think they're going to piss off the Lord? I don't understand this. I really don't understand this.
Man, like you said, if we don't take it,
do the right thing.
If we don't take it this time, it's got to be. It's cheating.
I mean,
it's got to be cheating.
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying it's
He's going back to what we said. People don't go out and vote.
No, I get
I'm
that.
saying if you'll simply do the right thing and vote, and I'm not speaking to you who went through this heinousness hurricane, this event that was just turned your lives upside down. Yes, I hope you vote as well, because in the big picture, the big scheme of things, you need Trump in there. And I'm not this lockstep Trump guy, but what I am is a man who understands that Kamala and Biden and those people of her ilk are bad
evil
people. They are evil.
Yes.
And by the way, that's a better way to put it. It's not that you need Trump. You cannot afford the other side.
100%, man. 100%. And how tough is that? I mean, there are a lot of people on the left. I'm not saying they're lefties, but old school Democrats who understand that the price of down is up, that the price of a dozen eggs is ridiculous, that 4 years ago I could buy a damn ribeye for $4.99 a pound, and now it's 10, sometimes 15.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's right in front of you. I was picking up a couple of grocery items a couple days ago, and some dude there, because I'm in the bargain bin. I find the best stuff in the back of the store, and some dude says, older guy, and he says, man, what I heard was, man, the price of fruit is really gone up, hasn't it? And I said, well, I think all things. And he said, yeah, I'll go with that. And then as I'm walking away down to another aisle, I realized he must have said food, not fruit. Because
why would you say fruit? He singled out fruit.
No, exactly. Because I was thinking, well, that's a bit of a non sequitur, and I'm not even in the fruit area.
Well, those smoked oysters really went up.
Or is he simply trying to pick me up? Fruit, buzzword. I don't know what the hell that was. But then I realized, and I wanted to find that guy, so I'm looking around trying to find the dude, and I can't find it because I wanted to say, I thought you said fruit. And if you said food, that makes sense. And I simply I would have agreed with you instead of making a big deal. Well, the cost of everything. And it's like, well, what am I saying? I'm in a grocery store.
Those friggin' apples really went up.
Yeah, just the fruit went up. I really thought he said it. God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, so anyway, I didn't find the guy, but, if you're out there in the ether somewhere, I want you to know that I really heard you say fruit. And so my hearing's going, and I'm calling this guy an old guy. Here I can't even hear anymore.
It wasn't the scooter that gave it away that it was old?
Now listen, Billy Dilly, our Marine, he is a scooter guy.
Well,
it gets him from A to B and sometimes to 3. And he travels all the way from Glendale, California, not to be confused with Glendale, Arizona. Which, by the way, we need your votes there in Arizona. We really do. Are we going to win? Are we going to win Arizona?
I believe we will.
Yeah.
Nevada?
I think the last time I asked you this, Ralph, I think you said yes. But now you said, I believe we will.
No, we will. Look, here's where I look at it. At this point, against Biden 4 years ago, Trump was down 8.
Right.
At this point, 8 years ago, against Hillary, he was down 12.
Right.
He beat Hillary. He came within, 40,000 votes of beating Biden.
Yeah.
The polls oversample Democrats.
Yeah.
Republicans will sample outside that poll. I think we will win.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Americans, for the most part, are stupid people.
Which is really a dirty, rotten shame.
It really is. Even Tim Walz, the vice presidential candidate.
Is a stupid person?
Yes. He said this. He says, Trump hasn't been in a grocery store in 20 years.
No, I know.
He has no idea how expensive groceries are.
Right.
Yeah, Tim, your party made them expensive.
Yes. Oh, no, I know. But they'll get away with that. Because of certain people that I know, I'm not naming any names here, and some of them I don't speak to anymore. Not because it was my decision, they won't speak to me. Because they're small-minded idiot sticks. I will speak to anyone. Some of my old classic Democrat friends, I got no problem. But no, they won't speak to me.
Oh, I get it.
Because, well...
I don't get it.
I think that Trump was a great president. You know why? Because he was a great president. Yeah. But presidential polls, presidential schmolls. I'm sucked into these YouTube. What do they call that when they suck you in there? That's called baiting or clickbait. So I'm sucked into those, and I watch these little, 10 to 12 minutes. By the way, I'm making some YouTubers rich, so God bless you. I have no problem with you making a buck. And I watch this, and it gives me great hope. It's like we win. And then yesterday I watched one, same thing, and then I realized, God, wait, I'm a friggin' idiot. I'm being sucked into these. Of course they're going to say that Trump wins because they want me to watch the whole damn thing so they can get extra monetization. I mean, that's just the way it works. Now, I want to believe it, but I'm not that guy who believes it simply because I want to. I'm a pragmatist. I want the right thing to happen, and that is that Trump has to win for the good and the health of America. But presidential... It's I'm going to say it. Get ready to bleep me. It's bullshit. All of these polls are bullshit. I said it twice here. All of them. The 2016 effing election, it was either the day before or the day of, had Hillary Clinton winning by 76%.
That's what I'm saying.
76%. So it's BS. I promise you, I make you this promise, not that you need me to, that it affects your life in any way. I'm not watching these things again because they're useless. Even the day before, it's useless. The proof is on the day, and I guess the weeks after now. These days.
Yeah.
Remember when we get the election results in and then Sort of like last time when I went to sleep that night knowing that we had this wrapped up.
We all did. Yeah.
Whatever happened to those video cameras and the crap that they pulled? They pulled in the ballot rooms. I mean, whatever happened with that,
It
Ralph?
just went away.
It went away.
Right? It just vanished. It's like the hurricane didn't exist.
Nope.
No, that never happened. Oh, hell, I don't know what you're talking about.
Asked my buddy with 16 trees knocked into
Hurricane,
his house.
hurricane, hurricane. I don't know. What's a hurricane?
Tomlin went to the border. Was very secure.
Yeah, it's got to be that global warming, because. By the way, fact check this, but the idiots on the left, they won't. If you fact check it, no, hurricanes have not gotten worse. They just have not gotten worse. Weather has not gotten worse. It's
global warming.
It's a scam-a-llama ding-dong. And so at the debate, poor Vance, not poor Vance, he's a smart guy. He can hold his own. But, I almost wanted him to say, you talk about this as it's settled science. Well, 99% of scientists, yes, follow the money, my friends. These scientists aren't funded by the government if they don't agree and walk in lock effing step with the government's prophecy that we are going to be. We're here in California. That should be waterfront land right in front of me by now.
Yes, yeah.
It's been happening another 17 years and then another 17 years. Yeah, they were doing this back in the late 80s when I was on Kiss FM doing Afternoon Drive. Good afternoon, everybody.
Even though over here in Ranchos,
Here's Madonna coming on Kiss.
Even though over here in Ranchos Palos Verdes, are down the roadaways,
right?
They are sliding into the ocean.
But they are sliding into the ocean.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. and P.S. Our youngest brother is included in that slide.
By the way, you know where he's at? He took his family. They're in Hawaii.
Oh, is that right?
They got out because it's gotten nasty. They shut all the gas down, the power down, everything. Those mountains,
is he in that community?
He's right on the hill by the lighthouse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dave, I was asking about it, and I even apologized for chuckling. Because
that baby's coming down.
It's happening to my brother, Michael, who is a talented, incredible musician.
They won't do anything with his talent.
But he's such an idiot. He's such an idiot.
He really is.
And I don't want him to die. I don't want him to end up in the ocean unless it's his choice.
By the way, we have slides all the time. All of the continents at one time were together.
Yeah.
And then they broke apart.
I'm surprised that they're not are they blaming this on global warming? Because I haven't heard that yet.
I haven't heard that. It's just erosion. It's earth erosion, which does happen.
Yeah. By the way, the next big earthquake, California is going to be an island.
Well, the big one.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
This place needs to be wiped out.
I should be in northern Nevada by then. Yeah. Oh God, I should be there.
Carson City broadcasting live.
Hey, by the way, I've got some juicy Governor Nuisance crap that I'm going to lay on you, and let me just float it this way. I'm not going to get to it just yet. But, and P.S., for those of you in most parts of the country, with the exception of California, thinking, well, Newsom, he's your governor, why should I care? I promise you should care, because everything that happens in California, everything that happens in New York, eventually filters its way into your beautiful neighborhood and screws up your lifestyle. But this... Have you heard, because I didn't read this anywhere except some little blurb, and... How do I put this without giving it away? Alcohol sales after 2 o'clock.
Yes.
You do know this?
I know the story.
Okay, because and it hasn't gotten the heat that it should, but I'll tell you what, this is effing Newsom cronyism at its worst and best.
It only costs $1 million to get an after-hours permit.
I got to tell you, man, this is, I'll get into that, but it just blows my mind. How long have they been trying to get this done? It's
Long time.
Well, he's got some buddies. Anyway, I have the black and white on that. Political's headline says the quiet part out loud about how Dems feel about Hurricane Helene. Helene hit Trump's strongholds, and is that are they going? If the left believed in God, they'd say, well, that's God's way of telling you that. But why did it hit the strongholds in Georgia and North Carolina? Why? Out of all the places, the areas, Helene. If I had married you, would this have happened? I mean, would you have this bitterness?
Wow.
Gal named Helene out of Pearland, Texas. Almost married her.
Like that dummy from Hunger Game movies. What's her name?
Oh God, is she a dummy? Oh yeah.
This is a few years back. She goes, "This is the."
What's her name? I'll find it.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Hey, put in
J-Law.
Put in Jen in there. Jenn, and I think Jennifer Lawrence
Yeah,
will
she goes
come
by
up.
J-Law.
Great clip, man.
Yeah. Oh, she's such an idiot.
Oh, just a complete idiot.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if you're hot, what's the most important thing? If you're a female, what is the most important thing for you to do or be?
Big boobs.
No, you just
What? Well, hold on. What? We do have a gal, Danielle?
I mean, if you're asking a woman
Yes.
that's not a typical woman,
Right.
to be smart.
Okay.
And here's why.
Right.
Because my smarts dictates to me that I need to also present myself in a way that you men want to see me.
See, that's smart. That's
So I'm smart
No,
because
Good answer.
I can
Yeah.
do whatever I want to do independently. But if I want you to come along for the ride,
Yeah.
I have to look a certain way.
See,
It gets back to what I said. I said it in 2 words. Big boobs.
No.
shut up.
No. You
No,
don't-
it's not.
No, as a female, I mean, to grab my attention, you don't need to have Melones Grande. But
No, you have to have a nice ass.
you need
Okay,
you
I
need
said-
to be hot. That's the number one thing, and that's sort of what Danielle says.
Yeah, she did. In
because
other
she
words,
knows
yeah.
what guys want. Is that a yes? You found it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this is Jennifer Lawrence a few years ago, a fine thespian, one of the great actresses, I think.
She's
right?
a really good actress.
Right, great actress.
Yeah.
And hot. At least she was fairly hot. Was
Yeah.
she not?
Still is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Here she goes. You know, sometimes you should just stay quiet and let us just think. You're
And be
stupid.
hot.
And just let us think you're stupid. Here we go.
Scary. It's this new language that's forming. I don't even recognize it. It's
Oh my God.
it's also scary to know it's been proven through science
Here we
that
go.
human activity, that climate change is due to human activity, and we continue to ignore it. And the only voice that we really have is through voting. So
And you have voted
and we
as a
voted,
country.
and it was really startling.
Pause.
Yeah.
This is when Trump won.
Yes.
Yeah. So she, by the way, blaming the hurricanes on Donald Trump. Go ahead.
You're watching these hurricanes now, and it's hard, especially while promoting this movie, not to feel Mother Nature's rage, wrath.
Wow.
Wait,
You know
what-
what? She's right. I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
no,
Mother Nature's pissed at the right.
Well, at one point, she actually did come out and say, "This is God's way of saying we voted for the wrong guy."
Yeah, she did. She did. She
Wrong
went on
person.
record. Yeah, she's. Well, at least she believes in God.
True genius.
God bless her.
True genius.
I got to tell you, you females out there, just stay hot.
She's right.
Stay hot.
Before man was on the planet, the weather never changed.
No. That never happened. The Biden-Harris administration is being raked over the coals for its slow response to the Hurricane Helene disaster. However, if you turn on the news, you don't really see it. Government officials are dithering. No one seems to oversee supply distribution. And the Federal Emergency Management Agency announced that they don't have enough funds to make it through this hurricane season, thanks to funds being diverted to help illegal aliens. $157 million was sent to Lebanon.
Wow.
It's becoming more striking how the slow rollout could be due to the Democrats' intention to prevent those impacted by Helene from voting. Would they be that callous? Just kidding. I'm sorry for asking that stupid question. The storm heavily impacted Republican areas of the country, especially in the 2 swing states during this cycle, Georgia and North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really important areas, man. You know, and if I didn't know better, I'd say they were up to something. They figured this out.
The left did it.
You know
They
what?
did it. Yeah, they figured this crap out, man.
You know what, Mark Walker?
They're that nasty and evil.
Yeah. They changed the storm
Oh
path. Yeah.
God! It's part of the liberal ethos that's mean-spirited, snobby, unforgiving. If you don't believe in our values, bad things should happen to you, and they really do believe that. Helping these flood-ravaged victims means keeping potential voters for Donald Trump alive, and they don't want that to happen. They don't want that to happen. Politico said the quiet part out loud. They really did. They talked about this. I mean, all you got to do is look at the headline. And they talked about, well, this could affect swing states.
Wow.
Yeah, with much glee, with a lot of happiness and a big smile on their face.
As people are suffering and being,
Screw the 600 people that are missing and
Oh, it doesn't
300 that are dead.
No. It's all about the greater good, Dave. Don't you know that?
I get it.
Yeah, the quote was, Helene hit Trump strongholds in Georgia and North Carolina it could swing the election.
Unbelievable.
That's the headline from Politico. Hurricane Helene hit especially hard in heavily Republican areas of Georgia, North Carolina. Research has shown that major disasters can influence both voter turnout, voter preference, and Helene has pushed this contest into novel territory. It's the first catastrophic event in U.S. history to hit two critical swing states within 6 weeks of a presidential election.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the challenge for Trump, the parts of western North Carolina and eastern Georgia that were flooded by the monster storm are largely Republican. In 2020, he won 61% of the vote in North Carolina counties that were declared a disaster after Helene. He won 54% of the vote in Georgia's disaster counties. Ralph, what's going to happen here, man?
I don't think it's going to make a difference.
Oh, I hope you're right.
I know. I swear to God, Matt, it's not going to make a difference because the polls are showing now.
Well, once again, polls schmoll.
No. But these polls go against the Democrat thinking.
Yeah.
The amount of Catholics, blacks, and Latinos that are supporting Trump.
Yeah.
And by the way, blacks and Latinos are in the bigger cities as well.
And by the way, unprecedented. I know that. Unprecedented. Both Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris visited Georgia, a state that President Joe Biden won by just 11,779 votes, man. I mean, we're talking about just the eye of a needle here. Georgia and North Carolina each have 16 electoral votes. The polls show that Trump is leading Harris by only 1 percentage point.
Yeah, okay.
But once again, polls schmoll.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of voting alterations, and it's probably going to affect the turnout, said Andy Jackson, director of the John Locke Foundation Civitas Center for Public Integrity, a free market think tank in North Carolina. Do you think they really are? Or did they lean right or left? Do you know about this?
John Locke was the guy that came out with this study that said more guns, less crime.
Right.
He's on our side.
So that's so when you hear this, it's sort of, you can't dismiss it then,
Right.
and it's sort of hurtful.
It is. But John Locke is a libertarian.
Now both states face crucial decisions the next few days, how to help people register and vote.
Well, the good news is now they don't have to bring in a new disease.
Well, yeah, but they'll do that too.
Yeah.
And, you know, do you think Elon Musk is on this? Do you think that he's on this and he knows how crucial this is?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
That's why he's in Butler, Pennsylvania right now.
Yeah. I think that he will do everything within his power to get that vote out and those people who need help to get the vote out. I think he'll do what is needed.
Look, Arizona will go Trump. Nevada will go Trump without a doubt.
You're saying without a doubt? I love
without a doubt.
I love that.
Nevada.
I love that optimism. I love that optimism.
Nevada will go Trump.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesomeness? Yeah. My state, man. I've always considered that my state. I love the state of Nevada. It's my favorite. And if you notice, Danielle, I pronounce it correctly, Nevada, not Nevada.
I do appreciate that. I did live there for a while.
Oh, you did? Where? Southern, right?
Just off the strip.
Oh, yeah. Well, what the hell were you
Vegas, baby.
What was I doing there?
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, yeah, if I can get a word in edgewise here, Dave, here we could go. Were you, my tatted lady friend, were you dancing? What were you doing?
Not in Nevada.
Nevada. I knew
I did it for you. I just did it for you.
No,
That
you didn't.
I really did.
I know.
I've heard the show like 1,000 times.
Oh, you have, yeah.
So
you're the one.
No, my mother and my stepdad dealt cards.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Have you? But you're not a dealer?
I'm not.
Oh, you're
I mean,
not?
No.
Did you ever find that sort of fascinating, something fun?
I didn't.
No.
And I don't play cards to this day because of
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Now, wait. Why because of it?
Because they practice at home. And I got really burnt out on it because
Yeah.
we were always the patrons, right? So we played with them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and I always lost.
But your mom and dad are they were dealers?
My stepdad, yeah, they were dealers.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, at the Venetian.
So they did they both wear those cool vests?
They did wear those. They started in Lake Tahoe with those cool black and white vests.
Where do they work in Tahoe?
In the Horizon.
Yeah, which is
Back when it was the Horizon. It's not now. High Sierra?
Yeah, is that still there?
So the High Sierra was back in the 80s and 90s.
You know, the greatest casino is now, I think it's gone or closed, Calneva.
Oh, Cal Neva was good.
That was so good. They had the biggest fireplace. It was one of the greatest places you could sit in front. I mean, a fireplace as tall as the ceiling here in this 1876.
Do you know who's the silent owner of that place?
It's Frank Sinatra.
That's correct.
And
Yes, he was.
And this is why I say this, because I went into, although there was no one performing there, the door was open, man. So I just opened it up. I went into the Frank Sinatra room, which is where he performed. Man, if
So Frank and I had drinks in there.
What?
Yeah.
You and Frank Sinatra.
So Sammy Davis Jr. was my father-in-law.
What?
Hold on. Just stop it.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, you're welcome, Dave.
Just
I
wait.
told you.
Here we go.
No. But you and Old Blue Eyes had drinks there.
We did. Well, I mean, not just he and I. There were other people.
Okay, I want to talk about this when we return.
That's cool.
Plus, Joe Biden ties Kamala Harris to the failed policies. Yeah, I took her under my wing. I taught her everything I know. All right. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to Old Blue Eyes, I love Blue Eyes. I love Sinatra, man. And P.S., not one to boast, I met the man as well. So I love it. So I'm a truth detector. We'll find out if Danielle is telling the truth next.
stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies, to the big grumpy dog, old broad chasing, meant to say casting, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and the finest radio stations throughout the country. What's up, what's up? By the way, it wasn't Betty and Frenchie who began the sending of the meats and cheeses.
Yeah, Beth
was Steve Abbott.
Yeah, it was Steve Abbott. He, the great dive bar investigator, Steve Abbott, who started that. And then a myriad folks got involved. But I must say, and I'm not begging, I'm not here to beg, not to say that I won't beg, but what I am saying is that you're sort of out of the loop these days because it's been a while since we've been in delivery of some great meat and cheese other than the great Beth and Tony.
Well, I think he got a little weary because our other people...
It's not a competition.
No, but our other...
Yeah, but it's really important for you to know.
No, I know.
It's not a competition.
But our other people started sending us steaks. It's kind of stepped the game up. So he's like, whoa, I can't do that.
Don't let that keep you from doing the right thing, and that is sending us great Wisconsin food items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the greatest food items. I mean, be proud of your state. Are we going to win Wisconsin?
Yes.
No, are you just saying that?
No, Wisconsin will win. Michigan, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Well, he was just in Michigan. I mean, he's been there a lot, and And by the way, I have this thought process when it comes to the rallies and so on. So he's still simply preaching to the choir, even though he's in the state that he has to win. So how does it help him, Ralph?
It's about turnout. And if you can get your...
So it is. It's about those who love him already.
Correct.
It's like you need to vote.
Oh, that's correct.
Okay. See, the simple things. The simple things that, for some reason, I can't grasp. But Ralph Odierna, damn it.
Oh, if it's simple, I got it. Oh, wait.
That's true. Oh, wait. Did I just put myself to... What happened there?
Hey, this lovely gal from Northern California, reacquainted and reanointed, I guess, with Tattoo Dave, our producer. You knew each other years back, right?
Yeah, about 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Danielle, as we were... I think it's cool because anyone that knew Frank Sinatra, but now you're going to say, well, I didn't really know him, but we were talking about the Cal Neva in North Lake Tahoe, one of the greatest old school, most beautiful casinos, and one of the first there at the lake. And the Sinatra Room, that's where Frank played. He was one of the investors in the joint. And you said, Danielle mentioned that she had drinks with Old Blue Eyes?
I did. I don't know if it was still Cal Neva at the time because I think it's under a new name.
No,
and it's still open now.
No, stop.
Go ahead.
It was Cal Neva.
It was Cal Neva.
Believe me, because
it was.
When Frank was alive, it was Cal Neva.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
it was.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
What do I win?
Well,
No, right.
I don't have anything to give you.
But you're also really quick. You're related somehow to Sammy Davis Jr.
Well, not related. He was my father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Frank, and then
that's how I met Frank.
That's her connection.
That's my connection.
But
to
then
Frank.
maybe we transition.
That's her connection.
Or just let Danielle.
I'll wait for the transition.
Yeah, no, it's Mart just blew it. That's my brother Mart. He'll do that. He's known for that. By the way, I think Alexa.
Isn't that the build-up to what was going on?
No, you jumped the shark.
Shut the hell up, Dick.
You jumped the shark.
Okay.
up.
But when it comes to Alexa knows a little something or two. Things about my brother Mart. If I were to ask Alexa, do you have any information, inside dirt on my brother Mart? Alexa, as I slow it down.
Got it.
Marty.
Ordering a new brain for brother Mart.
Okay, start
Some
over.
of the things that come out of...
I'll interrupt it again.
Mart will go.
I will. Then do it again.
Turn his mic off, and Alexa.
I'll just go to his mic.
Got it. Ordering a new brain for brother
Marty.
Mart. Some of the things that come out of his pie hole are dumber than crotchless diapers.
There you go. That's Alexa giving.
Hey,
us
Pete, you're so funny, buddy. Keep your day job.
Well, his day job is being funny.
Yeah, that is his. Yeah. And
that's right.
And apparently so is Alexa's day job. So how did you know Sammy Davis Jr.?
I didn't. So I married his son, Mark.
No kidding.
I did.
No kidding.
No kidding.
So are you still friendly with? Yeah, wait. Is she still alive?
His mom, May.
Oh, so that's the first wife.
The first wife, the Swedish wife,
Oh,
May Britt, was my mother-in-law.
Oh my God, was she hot?
She was a beautiful, beautiful woman, wasn't she? She still is. Sorry.
And the crap that Sammy went
Put
through,
her
but
he did.
but hold on.
Oh, we got two sides of the same coin.
Well, I want to get to that as well. But the crap that the public put Sammy through for marrying a white woman was pure hell.
Pure hell.
And it was a great guy. I love the dude. I mean, I was never friends with him, but I met him. I talked to him. He was affable beyond belief, the great Frank Sinatra. And he came to Sammy's rescue and said, you know what? If Sammy's not allowed in here to perform and also to eat inside the casinos.
I think that was the Sands.
We're not playing.
The Sands.
It was the Sands.
He said, then I'm out. You can count me out. So I love that. See, that's the thing. I'm a conservative guy. I vote Republican. I'm no racist. My friends are not racist in any way, shape, or form. We're also not homophobic. We could give an ass what you do sexually. Have a happy day. Don't hurt anyone else. That's it.
But that's the misconception of Democrats. They do not believe that.
No.
All.
They're the racists.
Yep.
The Dems are the racists. It's like, no, we like black people as long as they're serving us on the Upper East Side and we can get our coup d'etat and not to mention sliced vegetables. You know, at the wine party. Some things you just do for yourself. That was something I just did for myself. But tell me, so at Cal Neva, you're there minding your own business, and you're not there.
I am there. I'm there with Mark,
who is
Sammy's son.
Okay.
And Sammy's there.
Okay.
And Frank is there. And we went to see Sammy.
Right.
And we had drinks.
So Sammy was on stage?
Sammy and Frank were having drinks together.
Okay.
And Mark and I went to see his dad.
And so you were introduced to Frank Sinatra.
I was.
And how was he?
So in that
And
moment...
don't couch it.
No. In that moment, he was lovely. He was what everybody sees.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because... I mean, look, I was young. I was 19. I was 18 or 19
Right.
at the time.
Did you have tats at that time?
I did not.
Oh, you did not? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because
Not that you could see.
Yeah, because if you were sleeveless, I'm sure a Sinatra's going, well, what's with the tats? Who is this broad with the tats over here?
Yeah, no, I mean, and again, this is late 80s,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And so, no,
By the
mine
way,
were all hidden.
By the way, while I was sleeping in the 80s and 90s, somehow everyone got a tattoo. I don't know how that happened, but everyone has a tattoo except me. And I'm even thinking about it now. You know, I'm going to put it on the smallest place on my body. So you do the math. Continue.
And that's where I started, was on the smallest place on my body, which
Hello.
is my, at the time, ass, right? Or butt.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
But no, so I didn't have any that they could see.
Right.
So I met him there.
Yeah.
And he was lovely.
Yeah.
He was lovely. He was everything that you would expect him to be.
Affable man, yes.
100%. And my grandparents loved him, and I knew of him. Yeah. So that was the first time I met him. Where would you like to go from there?
Well, there's a second time?
I met him in...
Was there a time that wasn't as affable?
There was, after Sammy passed.
And where was that?
So that was in L.A. at... so Sammy's second wife, Altavis.
Yes.
When Sammy passed away.
Do you know Altavis?
I knew her in passing. So I met her.
Okay.
While Sammy had passed.
Right.
And all the legalities were happening.
Because, and please don't think I'm being harsh, but I'm being honest.
No,
and
you're
being, well, not yet.
No.
Being truthful about this. I thought Altavis was an odd choice for Sammy.
Yes.
Going from this gorgeous blonde to this gal who is... by any standard, not a raving beauty, right?
No.
You feel the same 100%.
way.
So how did that happen, do you think?
So so my interpretation of it was that Sammy got to a point. First of all, Sammy was not an attractive individual either, right? But his money made him attractive.
You bet your
100%.
ass. Yeah.
And so Sammy got to a point where even that wasn't enough for the women in his lives, and Alto didn't care.
So he settled.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
But then they had a beautiful.
Even though I haven't heard a bad thing about Altovise.
She's lovely.
I hear she's just sweet as hell.
And she loved him to death.
So now all of a sudden I feel like such a piece of crap for even talking about her aesthetically.
Don't, because she wasn't attractive, but it's okay because she was lovely.
Do you think she knows that or knew that?
I think so.
Did she finally kick it? She finally
did, and that was to her detriment. Sammy passed away, and nobody showed up to help Alto. And Frank didn't show up to help Alto, and Alto ended up in hotel rooms in Motel 6. And
no kidding.
Yeah, it was devastating.
What happened to all his money?
Sammy owed the IRS, and they came and took everything.
Wow. By the way, what do I say? Small government. We need small government.
Yeah.
You need to vote for Trump. Small government. What bastards?
I mean, they took. When I say they took everything, they took the pictures off the walls. They took her. They took her wedding ring. They took everything, and the only thing they couldn't touch were the IRAs that Sammy had set up for his kids.
Oh, that's terrible.
But she lost everything.
So
she lost her home.
When you met Frank Sinatra the second time,
it was during the time that Alto was being removed from her home,
and
he wasn't helping. And while I'm going to preface this.
Now,
Hold on, I'm going to
wait,
preface.
wait a second. Are you at her home? Is that where you meet up with Frank Sinatra again?
So Mark and I were there while they were clearing out all the things, and Frank had shown up.
Mark, who is Sammy Davis Jr.'s son.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. And Mark at the time did not have any money anymore. Really, nobody had any money, but Frank did, and he could have helped Alto and chose not to. Now, I'm going to preface with he had no obligatory. There was nothing, right? Sammy and him didn't have a conversation where Frank said, "I'm going to show up for your wife."
Right.
But it, for me, in my young age, put a very nasty taste in my mouth that this woman was kicked out of her house and left on her own.
So it's not that Frank Sinatra personally was rude to you the second time.
No, it was a perception that I had.
So as far as you know, he was a swell guy.
Yeah, I still don't.
Listen. The rumors about old Blue Eyes are true. He did have people beat up. That is true. But sometimes, don't you have to have people beat up?
You do.
Let me ask a fellow Sicilian. Not that I'm Sicilian. I ate. but Sinatra. On occasion, if they won't listen or do the right thing, what do we do? I mean, Ralph.
Sinatra was the cool dude, right? But he was a tool of everybody. He was a tool of the mob, and he was the tool of the CIA.
But incredibly affiliated.
No, you'd think he was. Everybody used him.
Yeah.
So the CIA...
Including the Kennedys. That
was part of the CIA.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to get to Castro.
But
they needed to use the mob to get to Castro.
But in order to get JFK elected, man...
That's right. They needed Sam Giancana.
And he was all on board, and then they screwed over Sinatra.
That's correct.
And he wasn't allowed around the Kennedys after JFK won the election.
That's what I'm saying. He was a tool for everybody.
So you sort of... Don't you have a little sympathy for the dude? I mean, that he was screwed over like that? I think...
He tried to play the game that was way above his pay grade.
Is it above. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, you think about a man like a Frank Sinatra having the world by... I have the world by the huevos. But yet, those certain things that he really wanted in life, he never got.
That's correct.
Yeah. Damn. And it turns out that he was a pretty damn good actor, too.
Yeah.
And you know that horse head in the bed bit in The Godfather? That was based on Frank Sinatra wanting a part in From Here to Eternity. Was that what was the one that he won the Oscar?
It was From Here to Eternity.
He won the Oscar for, and he wanted that part so bad. Someone made an offer they couldn't refuse.
Right.
Supposedly, Sinatra got the part, won the Oscar. Things happen.
Yeah.
I know things. Things happen.
So I have to say, the stories that I have to tell are those that I saw directly.
Right.
But there were a lot that really do validate what you're saying. There were a lot of those from my husband, right? So there were a lot of those.
You mean regarding
stories.
Frank Sinatra?
100%.
And the fact that he was used.
Correct.
Okay.
Sinatra was hired to deliver a message to Desi Arnaz that he would be whacked if he didn't change the premise of The Untouchables, because Desi Arnaz was producing it. Because The Untouchables, when it first came out, was anti-mob. And the mob was livid.
Right.
And they told Sinatra, if you want to keep your career, you tell Arnaz, change the Untouchables, or he's gone in a week.
That predates. No, wait a second. Are you talking about the '80s version of Untouchables? The movie?
The TV show, which was in.
Okay, so that predates The Godfather.
Yes.
Because he was enlisted to do the same damn thing for the mob when it comes to The Godfather.
That's right.
So
he was a tool.
The man was kicked around.
Yep.
The man. I never thought I'd feel sorry for Frank Sinatra. Yeah, but to this day, man, still love the guy. You know, the one thing we know, wasn't a pedophile. I'm not naming names here, but there are famous. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
Wanna buy a new car, but the price ain't right. Ain't that cold? Be a downside cheaper, just the good. Start riding the bike. Listen, they're making milk out of powder. Yeah, they are. Got the babies crying. Poor baby, they know what that stuff is. Rent's gone up higher. Yes, it is. Got the parents lying. I'll pay you tomorrow. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. Yeah. Make you wanna run for cover. Yes, it will. And if you look, you will discover. Yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. Good dog. Listen, got to go to a disco. Throw your troubles away. Dance to the music. Yeah. That the DJ play. Well, all right. And then the lights come on. Yeah. Like you knew they would. That cold. Gone home and face the music. That don't sound too good. Ain't that cold? Listen. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. It'll make you wanna run for cover, yeah. And if you look, you will discover, yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker, yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker, yeah. Make you wanna run for cover, yes it will. And if you
This is Outlaw Radio. Incidentally, and you need to know, we're going to have a smoking last hour here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. It's going to smoke. I don't think I have time to do this right now. This Megyn, any other Megyn Kelly fans here in this
I love Megyn
1876
Kelly.
Virginia City, Nevada style bar?
Yeah, I am.
I like Megyn a lot. I like her a lot. Danielle, not so much, I can tell. Is that because she wasn't on the Trump bandwagon early? Is that why? That's what.
Yeah, I mean, she and I kind of aligned with one another early on because I wasn't on the Trump bandwagon in the beginning either. I did vote for him.
So then,
originally.
what the hell problem do you have with Megyn Kelly?
I just have a problem with her.
Really? What?
Well, there's got to be something. Danielle, what is it?
I mean, you'd think I could articulate it, but I just think that she is. I think that she's still
An opportunist?
I think she's still tipping her toe in that sector and still.
What sector?
In the liberal sector.
I don't think she is.
I don't hear it.
I do.
No, but opportunist is the great word.
Okay, but here's our,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it this way.
And I don't really
still
blame her
have-
for that. I
No,
don't
but
blame
what she did at Fox was BS.
I agreed.
She played the game,
Yeah.
and then she tried to cash in on it.
Yeah. Well, she's kicking some ass now.
Right.
I find her attractive.
Yeah.
And I think that's first and foremost. And by the way, what do I say when it comes to a female? What's the most important thing you can do as a female?
Be hot.
Be smart.
hot. Thank you, my brother Mark. Be hot. Be hot. And then, as Danielle put it, if you're smart, then you'll know that you should be hot. As a female, that's how you get ahead in. And by the way, Kamala Harris, not the most unattractive gal on the planet, and you can imagine. And we've all seen the pictures with her and Byron Allen. No, who the hell was
Willie
she?
Brown.
No, but I'm not talking about Willie. I'm talking about the dude with the talk show. And she was hanging.
Oh, Montel Williams.
Yeah, she was hanging out with Montel back in the day. But she was a hot little filly.
Oh yeah,
right.
And by the way, her sister is smoking hot.
Yeah, so she was using her wares.
Yes.
To find a place in government in California, and it friggin' worked to the point where, and God forbid she becomes president of the United States of America. Yes, Matt, but wouldn't it be cool to have, the first female and a black female? Wouldn't that be cool? Yes, it would be cool if it's the right person, someone who has a brain, who is magnanimous, who understands how to govern, who really gives an S about people. She does. I've watched way too many minutes of this broad. I take that back. She's not a broad.
No.
I mean that in a good way. She's a nasty bitch is what she is. And she doesn't give an S about you.
No, she
And
doesn't.
what she did to the black community as the AG of California.
Please. Just the opposite of what she preaches. Just the opposite. But I will tell you, our black brethren, I think they're getting it.
Well, the black brothers do.
They are figuring this out.
Yeah, they see through it.
I'm not so sure the chicks are sort of, but our black brother, right? These. I need to go to a rap bar. I need to hang out with a
just
rappers.
go to a barbershop.
Is that right?
No, I mean, seriously.
What the hell?
There was an interview that went to a barbershop in Compton.
Right.
And they said, so what do you think about Kamala Harris potentially being the first black female president? All the dudes said, she's black?
Yeah.
Not one of the guys in the barbershop knew she was a black woman. I thought she was an Indian.
Yeah, because by the way, is she a black gal?
She's whatever she
She's whatever, yeah,
at the time.
Right, Dave. Whatever the way the wind blows, whatever works for her.
Whatever suits
I have
her.
a question, Matt, because you're very...
I have a whatever, but I have an answer for you, Ralph.
So if Donald Trump's great-great-great-grandparents were slave traders,
right,
would that be front page news?
Yes, it would be.
Kamala Harris's great-great-great-grandfather, who was Irish, was a slave trader.
Yes.
Does anybody talk about it?
But we know why. See, and the problem is we know the answer to that, and it sucks so hard. It sucks so bad.
And by the way, I'm not making this up. People out there,
No, yeah.
It's actually in her dad's book.
Fact check it.
Right.
It's there.
And by the way, read her book full of lies. Oh, my God.
Don't waste your time.
Oh, my God. No, I say do it because it is ridiculous. One reporter, I would love one reporter talking to her about the McDonald's that she worked for.
Which one?
Give that location.
Which gun does she own?
And the gun.
Right.
Yeah, ask her that.
What type of gun?
What caliber is it?
At least it comes down to she doesn't give an S about us. And I don't mean the right. I mean people in general. She cares about herself. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Hit me now. Huh.
Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop. Skip it. I'm too hot. Call the police and the firemen. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retirement.
hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Don't believe me, just watch.
Good morning, all you people in Radio Land. It's Tattoo Dave out here, just giving you a shout out. We really appreciate all of you listeners across the country, watchers on YouTube, X, Rumble, and all the listeners across the great radio stations. We love you. We love you. And, keep doing your thing, and we'll keep doing ours. Thank you so much.
Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sunset and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah, the great Billy Gibbons here. Yeah.
He's very cool.
He
just passed out.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
At the Lightning Buff Lounge. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. At the Lightning Lounge. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
Yeah. And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Have mercy, man.
Minding my own business last night. You know how YouTube, they show movies now?
Yeah.
So once you're on a movie, it'll go to the next movie, the next, it'll stay with that.
Yeah.
So I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning, and there it is, Kindergarten Cop. And it's the beginning of Kindergarten Cop. And I'm not seeing our, my former friend Richard Tyson, who plays the bad dad, the nasty bastard. And so I'm fast forwarding through this, and it's no Tyson. You know, I guess he's in the last 22 minutes. Does he make an appearance in the beginning of it?
Yes, he's the
first
first
to get his kid.
First scene. He's the father, of course.
Okay, and then he's out of it for most of the movie, but then he comes back, and Richard Tyson
trying to kidnap his kid.
Yeah, tries to kidnap the kid, and he's a real bastard with that guy who's buying a Christmas present for his son. Like a train set, and he has it wrapped, and then the next thing, I sort of knew what was going to happen there. I mean, you knew he was going to steal that from the guy, but he kicks him, and and then the guy's lying out there.
You know what's funny is every time you talk about him, sorry to interrupt you, Matt, but every time you talk about him,
Richard Tyson.
I've never met him.
Yeah,
but I feel like that movie is complete typecast, and that is exactly how he is.
His father-in-law just died.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, Chris Christopherson, man. God rest his soul. I mean, that guy was, boy, could he write a song? Yeah.
Now, he's a musical genius right there.
Well, no, he's dead. He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. But that was his father-in-law. And then Tyson, I don't want to talk bad of Richard Tyson, so I will. But Richard and I, we've known each other for a gazillion years.
Yeah.
He would love to come over here again. But the last time, my brother Mart, who, by the way, still starstruck by a Richard Tyson, so he's still playing around with him, and they're fighting.
And that's wrong.
So why wouldn't you say, Richard, stop this bull-ass shenanigans?
No, because I think he's going to kick my ass, because he will kick my ass.
That's a crock of crap.
Bull crap.
Yeah, Richard's going to get my ass.
And my ass.
Bring him over. I'll handle it.
You know what? I laid him out, and this guy's a fighter. I laid him out at the old house next to the refrigerator. And by the way, once again, my brother Mart and Richard Tyson, they're both hitting their hands into this celebrity refrigerator. Why do I call it that? Billy Gibbons signed his name and did a caricature. Sean Young, the list goes on and on. Yeah. And they were slamming their hands into it. I walk out and see this happening and say, what in the F are you doing? But my brother plays right into this.
We were drunk as hell.
Oh, that's an excuse.
It is an excuse.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a terrible excuse.
It is, Matt. How many times have you been drunk and that stupid crap?
Give me a stupid crap like damaging someone else's property.
Well,
you give me that example.
Damaging.
No, that's important, because damaging someone else's property, you don't use drunkenness as an excuse. That's simply being a stupid little punk. So Tyson's doing this. I said, stop it. He did it again. I friggin' nailed him, laid him out, and he was so shocked that happened. Not that he couldn't kick my ass, but he was so shocked, down on his back, It's like, wow, I didn't know you had that in you.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. And by the way, they ruined.
That's terrible. That's too bad.
We didn't ruin it. It was
Yes,
already.
They ruined the refrigerator,
Wrong.
and I could have auctioned that off for a good $75
Right.
at least.
I'll give you your $75. We just shut the f up about it. I'll give you $75.
So the deal.
You're such a tag-along.
So the deal is they were in here. They were in this 1876
Who's
Virginia
they?
City, Nevada style bar. My brother and Richard Tyson, the dude, the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop, and
Two Moon Junction.
They were fighting around, and so all of a sudden, I think Richard slams my brother against my library bookshelf over there, breaks the glass. Once again, Tyson doesn't even offer to pay for it. He used to pee off the roof of my house into the pool.
That's what I was going to say. Stop him from peeing in the pool.
Yeah. So finally, this for me, breaking the library, the glass, the stained glass, was the last straw, because I'm not a dude who really cares much for about objects. I do love friendships. I love people, and items you can replace. But finally, when it just time and time again, the notion hit me that this Tyson is jealous. He's jealous of me. I ain't even a movie star. I've been to a couple movies, but I ain't a movie star.
Did you star in one with Burt Reynolds?
Yeah, I was in, and that's something you can never take away from me. I was in a damn movie with Burt Reynolds.
That is.
And by the way, for me, that was.
That's it.
Because it was Clint Eastwood, Burt Reynolds, my heroes. So I was in a movie with at least one of my heroes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You cannot take that away.
You cannot take that away.
No, you can't.
But what
Wanted to marry him my whole life.
Burt Reynolds? And by the way, I got a feeling that this lovely Danielle from Northern California likes a real man, and Burt was.
He was.
No,
And Chris Christopherson was too, because he was my runner-up, and then Kenny Rogers. So I mean, I just laid them all out right there for you.
Good old girl.
Hey, guess what? I'm going to take this as a compliment.
Hey, I'll tell
You should take it as a compliment.
I'll tell you one thing. That's something Kenny and I have in common. We both lived in Houston, Texas, and Kenny was born in Houston.
Yes,
and so it doesn't bother you, the rumors about him beating his wife.
It doesn't bother me because they are rumors.
Yeah,
And I'm going to tell you, Kenny
this
Rogers never beat his wife.
Yeah, I know
But also
this.
maybe if he did, she
But-
needed it.
but-
I don't know.
She needed it.
But Danielle, once
probably beat him.
Once
But she might have
again,
liked
man, it's because he was on the right. He was a conservative. So the left and those
Then he should have beat Barbara.
those ugly publications. It's like, oh no, he's fair game, man. We hate him.
But here's the thing: you really think Dolly would have been his sidekick for all those years if he were beating his wife? There's absolutely no way on God's green earth.
And by the way,
No way
I
whatsoever.
don't think Barbara would have been.
No,
Yeah.
well, no, she wouldn't have. But Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers were the staple
Yeah.
of
Best
me
buddies
growing
of
up.
all
The
time.
best human beings in the world,
Yeah.
and they would not have stood by each other if either one of them were doing wrong.
So to make a long story more tedious, this Richard Tyson, I'm fast forwarding, and I watched the part where Tyson is, playing the nasty guy and the nutty guy, and no, it's. I don't think he had to act to play a mentally deranged father.
Okay, thank you.
And he gets, and I was so happy when he got shot in that bathroom.
He always gets killed.
I was so, because I didn't remember the movie.
He always gets killed. in this
I
movie.
remember that it was shot in Astoria, Oregon. By the way, great little town, man.
Love it.
That is a great little town. Great little dive bars, great little eateries. There's a bar there. You can get one of the greatest prime ribs on the planet. I hope it's still there. I was born 100 years old. I am old-fashioned. I love the old stuff. I don't like the newfangled crap. I don't like bright lights in a restaurant or a bar. It's one of my fave bars, by the way, inhabited by nothing but lefties, is in Silver Lake, the drawing room.
No, that's Los Feliz.
Well,
Same thing.
yeah, it's
it's on Hillhurst.
But it's okay. Yes.
What is it? 5 minutes from Los Feliz to Silver Lake.
It's walking
millennial left hill hell.
walking distance to the Tiki.
Yeah.
So you've been there, right?
Yes.
And by the way, it's across the street from another great dive bar, Ye Old Rustic Inn.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's
Unless you order a Bloody Mary there, and then I had the world's worst Bloody Mary there one time. She said, "You want it spicy?" I said, "Yeah." And all she did did was just put in half a bottle of Tabasco. And it's like, and so all you could taste was a stick of Tabasco. And they're supposed to be known for their wings, you know, right? But yeah, great little bars. But this little it is the darkest bar in the world. You cannot. It takes you 5 minutes. Yeah. Mark, you've been in there, right?
Where do you think ugly children come from?
What? Say, wow. Is that right?
You can't see who you're picking up in there.
All right. Yeah.
And that is funny. Last time
when Tattoo Dave makes a point, it's a feasible one. Yeah, Mark?
Last time I was in Astoria, a few years back, I was in one of those family reunion things.
There are some great places in Oregon. Beautiful
there
places.
There are. And so their big thing is they have plaques on the boardwalk. Kindergarten Cop. They have Goonies.
Oh yeah,
they
that's
shot
right.
all this stuff there. They shot so much stuff.
God, is there
Haystack Rock?
Is there a movie there that I don't know someone from the movie? Robert Davi did a friend for many years.
Goonies.
Which by the way, a couple weeks ago, Tattoo Dave said that Robert Davi was calling Ralph. And I was trying to figure that out. Why would Robert Davi be calling you, and how would you have Robert's number?
We were at Grand Havana Room, and he didn't call me. He called the guy next to me.
Okay.
And I forget who he called. I can't remember now. And I said, I was just on Outlaw Radio with him 4 days ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I didn't get that. It's because of Bob. It's because of Robert Davi, who, by the way, I've probably known the dude 30 years. It's because of him that I became a member of FOA, Friends of
Who
Aid.
called him? It was this guy, Daryl, who sells Cuban cigars at Grand Havana Room.
Illegal.
He and Robert are very close, and he didn't believe that I was on the show with him.
Oh, is that right?
So he called Robert. Yeah.
Okay, and Robert one day...
He asked a question, Mark.
Yes, I
You hijacked the conversation.
Not yet. Well, Mark would know. You can fact check with my brother Mark. Here's the thing. Robert Davi is one of those good guys. He's not a demonstrative guy in any way, shape, or form. You know, you'd never know if he loves you.
No.
But we've been buddies for years. And it was one day he said, Matt, you're a conservative guy. Why aren't you a member of this? I said, well, I was like the third or fourth member with Robert of FOA, a now defunct Friends of Abe.
Unfortunately.
The underground political...
Yeah, you know they broke up because of Trump.
What? Yeah, what?
Yeah, no. They had a massive fight over Trump in 2016. There were two factions of FOA.
Okay, hold on. So it had to be the punk that was running it because Gary Sinise had no more time and was like shooting a bunch of stuff, doing his stuff for our veterans and those who serve our country. He's a good man. Yes. Gary Sinise is a good man.
100%, man.
But so he gave it up, and he gave it to this little punk who ran it into the ground.
That's correct.
That must be what happened. That dude there, so it wasn't a Trump guy.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
They were the anti-Trumpers versus the Trumpers, and they lost.
That's too bad, man.
Exactly.
The last event,
I don't understand how there could have been anti-Trumpers in that group. It just doesn't make sense.
How many Republicans are anti-Trumpers? I mean, a ton of them, man.
But I mean, okay,
a ton of these idiots.
Okay. So the last event you were at, I think, was in Malibu at Kelsey Grammer's house.
The party, that was awesomeness. Yeah, that was good.
and
everybody
Duval
was there.
and all those guys.
Yeah, everybody was there. Yeah, Duval. Are you sure you want to divulge that man is on the right? I don't think he cares that anyone knows these days.
He's great.
When they get to a certain age, even with all their stardom, it's like, and Clint, Clint has always been sort of a libertarian, but he certainly is more Republican than he is friggin' Democrat. The last movie star living, by the way.
Yeah.
The last one. Clint Eastwood.
Barely.
Yeah.
You don't think Tom Cruise is?
No, not even.
He doesn't go.
Not even in that category of Clint Eastwood. No, not even close.
Because
but
he's apolitical.
Yeah. And I like him.
I'll tell you what, though, he's had a hell of a career. I mean,
Yes, sir.
Well, by the way,
his franchises.
By the way, the last Top Gun. How does this dude only age 5 years?
It's insane.
Within
Vampire Blood?
Yeah, 30. A movie that was shot 30 years ago. Kelly McGillis looks. God bless her. God bless her. But my God, she knew she knew how she looked.
Yes.
Because they even asked her to do a cameo, and she said,
She didn't want to go against Tom.
She didn't want to go against
We
time.
can't go against men while you age. We cannot. We cannot compete with it.
However, Danielle, this man is an anomaly. He only ages 5 years and 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kelly McGillis was a lot like Kathleen Turner.
Yeah, very much so.
Yes.
Yeah, very much so. But probably a cooler chick, and she didn't do. I don't think she did the face work to make her look like a feline, you know. And God bless her for that. Like Shirley Jones, one of my favorite gals of all time. You, Danielle, you may be too young to remember the Partridge Family, but
It was one of my favorite shows.
okay, but Shirley Jones. A beautiful woman, love her dearly. I know her because of her former husband, who is just deader than hell now, Marty Engels.
I was going to say Jack Cassidy.
Yeah, well, I never knew Jack
That's
Cassidy.
her son.
I would have been a kid.
No,
you
it's
know,
not
at
his
that
son.
time. No,
Nice try. It was his wife.
that would be
husband.
That would be husband.
Wife.
But
That's right. Funny when you start
I thought you
dropping
said Sean.
Hollywood
I thought you said Sean. Keep on trying.
I didn't say Sean.
It makes you look
He
good
did not
when you
say-
attack me.
he did not say Sean.
It
I have
makes
to
you
attack
look
you.
good when you attack me.
No,
Shut
when you
the
say
F-
something really
Mark,
stupid to
God.
Jack Cassidy,
Mark, don't tell people to
I
shut
thought he
the
said
F up.
Sean a-hole.
Yeah, but you
and you knew that. You freaking knew that.
No, I don't think he did. Here's the
A-hole.
here's the bottom line.
Don't try to make yourself look good.
Let's go back to Richard
You're performing.
Tyson on Kindergarten Cop. I did appreciate it when he was all bloodied against the bathroom wall, and he would love to come over here.
We should bring him over.
No.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
yes.
Are you going to protect the stuff?
Of course.
All right.
Of course I am.
All right.
Well, when Robo died, our friend Robo passed.
You know, he wants Richard Tyson. By the way, not only Kindergarten Cop, but Two Moon Junction. Did you ever see that movie, Danielle?
Oh, that's hot.
Oh yeah, you would have. Yeah, you would want Richard Tyson.
Buddy
after seeing
Revell,
this movie. I promise you would.
3 o'clock high.
3 o'clock high
Black
was
Hawk Down.
sort of his claim to fame. Was 3 o'clock high, and he played Buddy Revell, the bully in the school.
Yeah.
Once again, always typecast. You know, I mean, did he ever act? I guess that's I guess that's why. I guess that's why he would have to get into that anon and prove that he was Shakespearean.
That was my point from the beginning.
Yeah, because he never. There is an unreleased movie. He and Charlton Heston.
Yep.
Who is the real bad guy? That
Genghis Khan.
Yes, Genghis Cohen.
Well, very bad Jew.
Yeah, very bad Jew. Genghis Khan, the movie. They paid Richard Tyson $1 million to be in that.
No, they didn't.
Back in about 1980-esque.
And you see the credits roll? His name's before Charlton.
How have you seen the credits?
Because you can see the trailer.
It's
I can look.
and that's the only thing available.
The trailer.
They never. It's in a locked vault. A vault in Italy. They've never
In Italy,
released it.
but
Yeah.
below the Vatican.
And by the way, yeah. And if you ask Richard,
only Tom Hanks can see it.
You ask Richard Tyson what his worst mistake is that he took that movie for the money because there was another movie or a sitcom. He was in. Remember Hardball?
Yes.
That was also a Richard Tyson thing. And it's like, you know, unlike Ryan Stiles, boy, I'm really name dropping here. Okay, so Ryan Stiles, Tall Man of Comedy, Whose Line Is It Anyway, Black Hawk Down.
Danielle loves him, by the way. I found out last night.
Love him.
Dear friend.
He hates Mark C.G. Boyer.
And he hates Mark C.G. Yeah, the guy to your left there, sitting there, he hates him. And that's why he doesn't come over anymore. But Ryan and I are fast friends. And unlike Ryan has turned down so many fruitful gazillion-dollar gigs because he doesn't like to fly.
I didn't know that.
Oh, he hates flying.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. He turned me on to, what are the little tiny pills that calm your nerves?
Dramamine.
No.
Valium.
Xanax. So he turned me on to and he said, here, take a couple. So I took one when it just didn't work for me. I don't like to be drugged up unless it's a great bourbon or coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. Can you tell?
I'm glad you never tried pot or any of that stuff.
I'm
Because it just wouldn't have worked. It would have been a waste of good drugs.
Well, because I had no motivation or inspiration to do such a thing. You know, if I had,
It makes you a better person.
Well, no, you're right.
I know.
But here's
Come on,
Crap's getting
you're
deep,
offered
man.
it all the time.
I was offered cocaine constantly. Never did that. I was never inspired by the concept of doing such things. And does it? I joke about it makes me a better person. I didn't say that, but
I did.
But it does. It really does.
But it really does.
Here's the thing. No. It does. But the majority. What's going on? Why am I hearing side talk here on a show that is across the country?
Because
here?
if there's a worse person to watch your dog is Billy Dilly, and I'm sorry, Billy, I love you, but it's like if he whines a little bit at the door, just let him whine. He'll be okay out there.
Yeah, let him whine. Yeah, it's a dog. It's a dog.
Better than him getting.
They're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs. They are eating the dogs. They're eating the cats, and that's what they do.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
Yeah.
They're eating the cats.
They are.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Right, they're just living.
They're eating the dogs.
Uh-huh.
They're eating the cats.
Yeah.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Yeah, minding their own business.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats.
Right.
Why would you do that?
Dave, get a shot.
Give me
the bottle.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog.
Right.
Here's a catalog.
He shows a catalog. So many other things to eat than dogs and cats. By the way, for those of you watching us on YouTube and on Rumble, you will see this dog with Danielle, who is obviously a dog lover.
And that's lunch.
But what's going to happen is this dog is going to get tangled in the cords and your headphones. Thank God we got the Italian here to retrieve the dog.
Mark just said, no, they're playing my song.
Yeah, it's your song, Barstow. That's the name of the dog. He was found under a trailer in Barstow, California.
Yes.
Hence the name.
Through Wonder
For the
Hussy.
record, he got on my lap to avoid him from getting underneath the cord.
No, Danielle, you do the right. I think Danielle is a good broad who usually does the right thing.
I don't think she's going to slaughter him. She slaughters her cows.
I might. I've taken out a few dogs that pissed me off.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah, if dogs are bad, then they need to behave, right? CDC, and by the way, Tattoo Day brought this up earlier. He said, well, I guess, the fact that the hurricane happened and it really hit the right-leaning areas, the red areas, that they don't have to come up with, a new flu or something. Yeah. Well, the CDC has just issued a health alert on Mpox vaccine recommendations just in time for the election. Healthcare providers should now advise travelers Mpox exposure risk is associated with sexual contact.
What?
I know. How does that?
Yeah, but it's only one type of sexual contact.
Stop it, Ralph.
No, it is.
No, it is.
I know.
Yeah.
Homosexual, right?
Yep.
Did he have to say that?
He didn't have to, but he did.
Didn't we just figure that out on our own?
Yeah,
There's some people that didn't.
Saying it without saying it.
Yeah.
There's
And
some
you're not talking orally. No, you're talking about the other one. Yeah. By the way, isn't sex just great enough?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying I say do what you do what makes you happy, but just being with the right female, right?
And leave the monkeys alone.
Stop eating the monkeys.
Yeah, don't eat the monkeys.
Don't eat stop
do
eating
anything to you.
the damn monkeys.
Stay away from the peanut butter.
Especially the Reese's monkeys, because they're they're very tiny. They're very tiny. They're very tiny. Isn't it more fun just to simply watch them fling the poo at a zoo?
Flinging the poo is fun.
Yeah,
They're flinging the poo.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and by the way, boy, we can certainly trust them boys and girls, can't we?
Trust the science, Matt.
No, is it settled science?
Yeah,
Science?
settled.
They issued a health advisory just a couple days ago that travelers to countries where a certain type of Mpox is spreading should be fully vaccinated beforehand. It's a clade 1 strain of Mpox, also known as monkeypox. It's led to outbreaks across Eastern and Central Africa.
Where it all starts.
While prompting, once again, another organization you should have complete belief in, the World Health Organization.
Yes.
They're the ones who talk, they're the ones, because of these a-holes, smoking was banned in dive bars throughout the country. World Health Organization, they made up, when it comes to lying, these people are spot on. Secondhand smoke and the detrimental effects, absolutely none. No cancer caused by that. You may not like the smoke, and I understand that. I'm not a big fan of cigarette smoke. I would put up with it in the dive bar because for me it's personal freedom. That's what you do as an American.
And most girls smoke.
And most girls, the ones I trust do, will be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
I lie awake, I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one in this lonely hotel suite. The journey's long, and I feel so bad. I'm thinking back to the last day we had. Old moon fades into the new. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we are each other's I'll fly home to you. I'm bending time, I'm getting back to you. Old fades into the new. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we are each other's dance tonight. I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down,
Sports rated number 1.
This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, the man who is always right.
I was sort of astounded and bemused by the fact that Ralph O'Dare knew this story, and Danielle, who I got a feeling you on occasion you will read. And Danielle made that point earlier. She does agree that it's very important for a female to be hot, but it's more important for a female to be smart. That way she knows to be hot. All right?
That is correct.
I love that.
My grandmother back in the 60s.
Ralph O'Dare.
My grandmother back in the 60s said to my sister, look, men think the bigger your boobs, the dumber you are. But the bigger your boobs, the dumber men become.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
And my mother slapped me on the back and said, you don't have to be smart, honey. You're pretty. And my dad said, be both.
And by the way, Lori Downey Jr., former producer here of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on
Great
YouTube,
producer.
on Rumble.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you.
Miss her a lot.
And the finest radio stations. By the way, subscribe and follow us and, do whatever you do. And share. I forget that one. And, make comments. It's really important for our analytics. But where was I going with this? There was
Lori Downey Jr.
But Lori is the same way. Is she, Danielle? I mean, the same. And what was my point?
I think sometimes Lori wants to deny the beauty part of it.
Oh, yeah.
She does.
Yeah, but her father, what I'm saying, her father told her the same thing. He said, Lori, the looks are good. You're going to hit, I think for her father, I think it was like, at 22 or 28, something like that, it's over. It's over. So you better be smart. Which is it's similar, right, Daniel?
It's similar, yeah. I mean, my dad was always a pragmatist, right? He was always like, hey,
love that.
You got to think about the future.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
My mother was always like, hey, you're pretty. Don't worry about the future.
No.
Get what you can now. And I just took both of those, and I said, well, they have to
God
come
bless
together
you.
somewhere.
Well, spending about two hours and 38 minutes with Danielle, I can tell that she's no dummy, and I think everyone would agree with me. And not that she needs us to say that, but
No, but she's also hot.
Yeah, so hot and not a dummy. Next Oprah.
And smart.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wait.
Dave, did you say I was smart?
Yeah, no. No, what I just said was no dummy,
I know.
then he said and smart.
So he did this pie on cake?
Yes, it is. Yeah, 100%.
I was trying to beat you to it, but it didn't work.
exactly what I said. Newsom signs a bill. I can't believe this ain't getting more traction. Governor Newsom, that piece of crap here in California, our governor.
What an a-hole.
Signs a bill, and by the way, Danielle's governor as well, because she lives in Northern California. Signs a bill allowing alcohol sales until 4 a.m. in one place in California. This is one slimy bastard, and this is cronyism at its worst and at its best. Signed a bill last weekend that allows alcohol sales until 4 a.m. in just one place in California, a tiny VIP club, so he can hang when he comes here to L.A. with his buddies. And this place just recently opened.
It hasn't opened yet.
It's the L.A. Intuit Dome. About 100 very rich people
It's open.
will be able to buy and drink alcohol later than 2 a.m., the cutoff in the entire state of California. Inglewood Assembly member Tina McKinnon authored the bill to allow the exclusive exception that will occur in a private area in the arena no larger than 2,500 square feet. Well, that's quite enough square feet to get drunk in.
It's like the what do you call it room at the House of Blues. It's what's that? What was
Foundation.
That? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, except at the Foundation room.
You got to get out at 2.
They always set their
Kick your
clocks
ass
ahead
out.
in the bars, so they get you out before, so they don't have to be shut down by the government. Well, this joint is now able to stay open till 4. Sources told KCRA, I guess that must be in San Francisco, TV station, that lobbyist Jason Kinney, who previously got Newsom in hot water after the governor attended his birthday dinner at the French Laundry during the height of the C word, with the 19, the flu. Yeah, pandemic, the BS pandemic. It was a bad flu, my friends. It was simply a bad flu, and a lot of people got it. And every year, gazillions of people die of the flu. There were a few more, perhaps, because this flu was easily gotten, you see. And it was a bad one, but folks with that thing don't necessarily die. And most of them don't, and especially kids. They're not dying of that. They never needed the, it starts with a V and it has to do with a needle.
Do they tell you who owns the Intuit Stadium?
No. Who owns that?
Steve Ballmer from Microsoft.
Yes.
Of course, that makes sense.
But Ralph, just so you know, it is open. It's been open.
I know you mentioned that, and I took your word for it.
No, Ralph argued with me.
No,
but I heard you, and I took your word for it.
And listen, what?
Yeah, it's a big win for billionaire Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, who,
I didn't think it opened until the basketball season.
No, it's been open. It's just not.
Who cares? Okay. One of Ballmer's business entities paid Kinney's lobbying firm Axiom to push for the legislation. Notably, Ballmer's wife, Connie Ballmer, made a $1 million donation to Newsom in 2021 during his battle to overcome a recall effort. Capital Weekly reported at the time Newsom signed the bill with a message describing the carve-out as a limited pilot. It's a limited pilot program, noting that it expires, dig this, January 1st, 2030.
Oh.
So for at least 6 years, we're going to have this cool joint for billionaires. And by the way, I have no problem with the concept, but my God, it's not even thinly effing veiled.
Yeah.
It's like, these are my billionaire friends.
It's the Panera Bread carve out.
Explain that.
So, Newsom
Fast
signed
food.
into
Fast
law
food.
for fast food, $20 an hour, fast food,
right?
Per hour wage,
mandatory,
except for Panera Bread,
right?
Who is his number one campaign donor?
And they said that Panera was not fast food
because they bake
their own bread. Yeah. I remain cognizant of the potential risk to public safety posed by extending service hours for alcoholic beverage service, which could lead to an increase in driving under the influence-related crashes and fatalities, the governor wrote. After publication, Izzy Garden, a spokesperson for the governor's office, sent a statement regarding the bill. The governor's decisions on legislation are made solely on the merits of each bill, he told San Francisco Gate via email. Notably, and by the way, why would you even have to make that statement if you didn't know this stunk to high effing heaven, right? Yeah. Oh, and I'm starting to talk like Kamala, right?
Oh, boy.
Right?
Huh? Let's hear your laugh.
Huh? No, I don't do that. Yeah, I would never do that. Capital Weekly, limited pilot. So the bottom line is, he has donors. He has billionaire friends he likes to party with when he's here in L.A.
And you said Inglewood?
And there's, yeah.
Yeah, Inglewood, which is a nasty, well, it's cleaned up a lot, but, he picks the nastiest part of town.
Whoa, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Inglewood?
No, you
don't
don't.
even know what you're talking about.
It's not because it happens to be Inglewood.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Inglewood used to be one of the nastiest.
Well, you just qualified it when you said used to be. It is no longer.
Because they opened up the stadium. And
Do you know what the average home price in Inglewood is right now?
Yeah.
I don't care, Ralph. Anyway.
Do you know?
I was.
It's $950,000.
No, it's true. I was there on the positive tip of this when Lori Downey Jr. was working for a security firm, and I went to one of her the sales and met the gal. It was starting then, about 10-ish years ago.
Right.
These out-of-towners would come to town. They wanted to be, and they were in showbiz. They lived close to Fox Studios.
Yeah.
If they're in Inglewood. So it started, that gentrification of Inglewood started then.
There's a great cigar lounge and bar in Inglewood on La Brea called Drobes.
Yep.
Absolutely phenomenal.
And it's in Inglewood proper.
On La Brea.
It's Inglewood, Brea and Century.
Hey, P.S. For those of you, we're speaking alien to you.
Yeah.
Inglewood is South Central, which, by the way, that area no longer exists because about 25 or so years ago, the fathers of media in California, in Southern California, decided that that was a bad moniker because you would hear
Bad name, yeah.
of the murders and the fights and the debauchery that would happen in South Central.
Right.
So they changed the name to South LA.
Yes.
Made it better.
And,
Cleaned it up.
well, yeah. Changing
You know,
the,
it is very clean. I'm a frequenter at Hollywood Park. Intuit Stadium is right across the street. I watched the
well,
whole
that
thing
yeah,
being
yeah,
built.
That's because that's
but
why.
Dave, that area, but Inglewood, all of Inglewood, not safe to this day.
Yes.
That area, yes.
The Forum.
What did they do? What did they do in San Francisco? They cleaned up the joint before the dignitaries came into
Matt,
town.
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Okay.
Mayor Butts, who used to be the police commissioner of Santa Monica
Right.
and became the mayor of Inglewood, has absolutely cleaned up all of Inglewood.
When did this happen?
Within the last of 8 to 10 years.
Is that right?
Without a
Even
doubt.
more recently. Even
Yeah.
more recently.
No, Matt,
Yes.
You're talking about all of Inglewood?
All of
It's
Inglewood.
beautiful, Matt. It's beautiful. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I got to get over there. We got to go.
We
There
have to
are
go
some-
to Drobes.
Well, there were some great fast food joints
Yes.
there too.
And a great barbecue place on Market Street. I'm telling you, you'll be shocked.
They're ahead of us.
I
It's
would-
prettier down there than it is here.
I would be shocked because I was unaware of this.
Matt, how many years ago did we go see the Scorpions? That's at the Forum in Inglewood. And that was still nasty. That was like, what, 6 years ago?
Well, yeah, but it takes time.
That's why
6
I told.
years
That's
ago,
why I said
I was there, and I've been banned from the show for 8 years.
Which you should still be banned from the show. I don't know why you let you back, but you came back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Tail between your legs, you came back.
Come on,
Tail
Ralph is
between
a-
my legs. Huh,
All
Marty?
right.
Come on, Marty. Ralph is a great addition. Come on.
Okay.
Shut up.
Here we go. Tim Waltz, tampontim.us, names Taylor Swift among members of the coalition of Kamala Harris that they built this incredible this coalition because of the lovely Taylor Swift. Said that it's all because of Kamala Harris that a Taylor Swift. By the way, she's now worth less, a lot less. 16% had negative feelings about her in 2023. 27% say they do now when it comes to Taylor Swift. And a lot of the moms have had it with Taylor Swift.
Yep.
She's
Yeah.
getting older. That's the issue.
Now she's getting more
No,
mouthy.
she's got a voice.
Yes.
Right.
Now she's speaking out, and I don't want her talking to my children.
Right, because she's
Thank
getting
you.
older.
In addition,
Just sing.
in addition, Taylor Swift has reportedly lost, because of this endorsement, more than 2 million Spotify listeners.
100%.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Go
Yeah.
to my point. When you get older, you think you're bulletproof.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
She's not bulletproof.
It's not about getting older, though. It is about her boisterous crap now. She's coming out.
Well, yeah, because she's becoming more political, and
Stupid.
Yeah, well, if she can get the little dip-ass kiddies to vote, then it's not stupid, you know.
And if Matt had $1 billion, he'd be more vocal.
You bet your ass. Yeah, I'd come out of my shell.
We're waiting for that.
Yeah, and speaking of tampon Tim, I loved Megyn Kelly in her rant about a week ago. And if you missed this, you deserve to hear this, even though Danielle from Northern California, not a big fan of Megyn Kelly.
But I want to hear it.
But I will tell you,
But she's hot.
when it comes, she is hot.
Is she talking about?
I agree with that.
Yeah, she's hot.
She is
Oh, yeah,
hot.
she's
She is hot. She talks-
and by the way, we were talking about this.
And smart.
We were talking about this at break. There is no such thing as a bisexual man. Females are naturally bisexual. There.
Look at Greek art.
Right, Danielle?
100%.
It's 100%. Yes. It takes.
So you're saying Marty is gay?
It takes a broad. I don't
understand
I
that.
don't understand that either.
I didn't get
It
that.
takes a real broad like Danielle to acknowledge that. This is Megyn Kelly speaking on Tampon Tim and this little piece of crap and what this law that he put into effect. You know, he's the governor, and this was his idea. Go.
I don't have a pay. You didn't give me. You said you were.
Oh, Well, then why are you're vocal when you shouldn't be?
I'm vocal. I'm waving to you.
And now
saying
you're waving.
How about just type in
because you
Tim?
said you were going to guide me through it. You said I don't have a page.
Well,
and
then why? Then what I'm saying instead of flagging down a jet, why would you not say, Matt, I don't have the number?
I was trying to be inconspicuous about it.
You're never inconspicuous.
Stop it. You would have said David's
Wait,
number.
type
blah,
in
blah.
Tim.
Hold on a second. Tattoo Dave is the least inconspicuous guy I've ever known in my life.
Oh, God.
And now all of a sudden,
The Tattoo Dave Show.
and now all of a sudden, he's on the runway trying to flag down a friggin' Cessna.
Because you told me at the beginning of the show
Here we
it's
go.
going to be easy. I'm going to
It's
walk you through it.
151.
151.
Like the rum.
151.
Let's all say it together. 151.
All right. Okay. Dig the spot on Megyn Kelly.
Screw you, Taylor Swift. That's how I would like to begin. But she says the reason she's voting for Kamala Harris is because of Tim Walz's LGBTQ stance. Do you know what Tim Walz has done on the LGBTQ front? Well, here's what's going to happen. A little girl is going to find herself down a rabbit hole on Reddit. Reddit's going to tell her she's actually a boy. And she's going to get sucked into this gender cult. And she's going to say, Mom and Dad, I want puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones, which will sterilize her. And they're going to say, no, you're a girl. And she's going to say, but I want top surgery, this benign thing, this double mastectomy where I'll have tubes coming out of me and I'll never breastfeed a child. I want that too. And they're going to say no. And she's going to go to a judge in Minnesota. And because of Tim Walz, the court will take custody of her, use the Medicaid funds in Minnesota to provide her all of those things, chop off her breasts, sterilize her with the puberty blockers and the cross-sex hormones. And when this girl inevitably comes to the conclusion that she didn't want any of this, that it only added to her problems, which were the divorce and the acne and the puberty and not any trans issue, who is she going to go to then? This is all because of Tim Walz. That's what Minnesota is doing right now to little girls and boys, taking custody away from the parents so that they can have these procedures without any loving parent there to help. And that's what Taylor Swift just endorsed for your children. So screw you, Taylor Swift.
Yes! God bless you, Megyn Kelly. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Now we return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
I gotta rip through some stuff here. Denzel Washington, a man that I adore, once left a Diddy party enraged, told actor Brandon T. Jackson to leave before the devil get here. I love how they had to quote him like that. I mean, Denzel seems pretty articulate. I hate it when they don't, it gets here or there. Denzel, work with me before the devil get there. I don't know.
You're critiquing his grammar.
But don't you think he might have said gets here and they just wrote it that way?
No, he's critiquing his grammar.
No, I'm thinking you're right. Danielle, I think you're right.
I think it's a black thing.
He's at a Diddy he's at a Diddy party, and I think he's trying to get down with
the black.
He's doing the Kamala impression.
Yeah, he is. Denzel Washington once reportedly stormed out of a party hosted by music mogul Sean Diddy Nutbag Combs. Later told comedian Brandon T. Jackson to leave parties early before the devil get there. So it's a quote. So supposedly he said it. Sister-in-law. Oh, yeah, I wanted to mention my sister-in-law did it with Denzel years ago. By the way, hot blonde.
Did what?
You know,
It.
Okay. Yeah.
Good
It.
on her.
Yeah.
Stop it, Danny.
Listen, if I were a gay guy, I'm telling you, Denzel, you're in, my friend.
Although, you know, have you
I
seen
love
the
that
trailer
guy.
for the
And
new,
he's a badass, too.
Have you
in his
seen the
movies.
trailer for the new Gladiator? He's the star of the new Gladiator, and it's almost unbuyable to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, but he's sort of that stage of his career where he's just making the money now.
Maybe.
Yeah, right? You know, it's like, just bring in the cash. Yeah, bring out the old truck, back it up.
I could be corrected, and
by the way, his sons are great actors as well.
Well, I love that Denzel, man. Whoopi Goldberg says J.D. Vance made good acting choices at the debate. I think that's praise, right? I think that that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Whoopi Goldberg, is praising J.D. Vance. Nicely done, Whoopi. You are getting better looking every day.
Get out of my behind!
God.
Get out of my vagina!
Yeah, get out. Yeah, just get out. And by the way, get out of my vagina, because I'm tired of you being in there.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, you're in my.
It's getting stanky.
You're my head. You're in. Oh, you gotta
What the
make
hell?
it. You gotta make it rude.
You know,
wow.
of course
I do.
It's that one extra shot.
Yeah,
of booze.
it's
It
like
pushes him over the top.
No, it's true. Yeah, drunken producer. Not
on,
the
let me
way
get
to
another one.
For those of you, putting together your own radio show, I just want you to know, lay off.
Don't let the producer drink.
No, lay off the drunken produwer concept.
Get a
okay?
sober producer.
Do you think if anybody put feral pigs on The View, anybody would notice the difference?
No. What do you mean the difference? What the hell are you talking about? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the buffet line backstage? Oh, son of a bitch! What a bunch of wenches. And this, I didn't like the story, but I'm not buying it. Once again, I ain't buying it. Country star Garth Brooks denies rape accusations. That man needs to rape someone?
Oh,
Garth Brooks needs to rape someone?
You know what the
Did you
problem with
read
that
the
is, though, Matt?
details?
Huh.
The gal that accused him of rape is his wife's best friend.
And his makeup artist for years.
Okay,
And his wife's best friend.
He screwed around on his wife. I know that happened.
And that's where it came from.
But
because women stick together.
They do.
Yeah, but she's
They
got
do.
nothing against
Danielle.
Trish has nothing against
Do women
him.
stick together?
Some do, yes.
Some.
It really does depend.
It depends on
really
the
depends
situation.
on the situation, the agenda, the mentality.
Because women, by and large, don't like each other.
No, I don't.
Right?
There are very few women I like.
Yes. I know that.
Very few.
I know.
But it's also because of their agenda, right? And
Yeah.
it's
And
how
it's
they
always an
perpetuate it.
agenda.
There's always an agenda, and so I'm not a
By the
big
way,
fan of women.
And I don't care about Garth Brooks because he's a lefty to the ninth degree.
Yeah, but he's one of the greats.
Do you think he
man.
really is a lefty?
Yes. He's a huge Kamala
How
Harris.
how
he was
could
a
it-
huge Obama fan.
How could a guy with that
He
much?
hates Trump.
Really?
100%.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah, but hating Trump doesn't make him a lefty.
No,
He's
but the
still a
Obama
country.
and the Kamala Harris.
Okay, let me
tie them all together.
Okay,
it's a nice little knot.
Let me
And his wife is
Let me
too.
change my view. Let me go on record to say, okay, I do believe that Garth Brooks raped the guy.
Oh, no.
Okay,
stop it.
That's it. What? No, you heard. Well, you can say stop it all you want, but
Hey, Dave, just because he writes great
don't wanna-
songs.
He's one of the greats.
Okay, good. You can be great and still be a douchebag.
Michael Jackson is up there
Right.
with Sammy Davis Jr. as one of the greatest performers of all time, with the exception of mimicking people. Sammy was an incredible impressionist as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he had it all going on. That's one of those guys that I wish I could have seen in concert. Danielle, you married his son, Sammy's son. Did you ever see his dad on stage?
I did. I got to see him on his last performance.
Did
It
he
was
do?
in '89.
Did he do Mr. Bojangles?
He did Mr. Bojangles.
That brings a tear
But
to my
here's
eye.
the beauty of it. He opened with it and he closed with
Yeah,
it. And
I
it was
see.
the most beautiful moment, right? And
Yeah.
he was sick in that moment.
Did he do Candyman?
Oh, so it's
Oh,
right,
he did Candyman,
right before he died then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a guy that should, in my opinion, should have lived forever.
But here's the
Did
thing,
he do
and
the
he
Alka-Seltzer
also he
commercial?
would not have assaulted women, but he did pay for women, right? And so he came
So
from the
what?
But here's my point.
And
He
I
came-
say-
Everybody
he came
pays
from the
for women.
genera-
No.
He came from the generation of I'll pay for it if I want it. I'm not going to take it.
Everybody pays for
That's,
women.
but no, okay, I understand what you're saying. In the literal sense, I never have. You know that. I never have. Now, of course, we all do.
Thank you.
Eventually, at some point.
Yes.
But in the literal sense, no. Tattoo Dave, nicely done.
Thank you, brother.
My brother
Marty.
Mart
T.
Mart.
Ralph Odierna. Mark C.G. Boyer, who's over there, he's off camera. And aren't you happy about that?
Purposely, because there's no ears. He doesn't have the
My
bullwinkle.
buddy, Billy Dilly, outside, our Marine buddy who's barbecuing. I love that, man. This lovely gal, Danielle. Nice to spend some hours with you.
Thanks, Matt.
That's
Lovely.
That's a good broad. I will continue to be Magic Matt. I love you, Alexandra. Your guy.
You're not sure about the Buckeye.
I love Mom and Dad, and bumblebees can't fly.